And we are live. Welcome to the Absolute Awesome Show, episode 10. Look at how many people we have in here already. How's it going, guys?
Well, that's what happens when you're the Absolute Awesome Show.
Yes, I was like looking down at the broadcast button, and I was, never mind. I'm not even going to try. I misspoke. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
It's a very rare occurrence when Michael messes up.
Closing it down.
Hey.
So, gentlemen, how's it going? Did everyone enjoy 4th of July except for Andy? He had nothing to celebrate. But
yeah, you're in Canada. Do you get like a day off or anything, or do you have to work all 5 days, or do you just do 3-day works up there? Like
you're giving the day off.
I was off for Canada Day.
Canada Day is July 4th.
No, it's I think it's July 1st. It's kind of like the fake July 4th. You know, everything America does, Canada has to do as well, but on a different day.
You have like Christmas too?
No. We have what they do up here is they just put a bunch of hockey sticks they tape a bunch of hockey sticks together, and you sing songs about Eskimos, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing that. A little piece of ice at the top.
Yeah, basically. No, a maple leaf.
Oh, okay. There you
go.
All right. Well, in fashion of last week, we're going to jump right into the guest for the evening, and someone we haven't seen in, gosh, a really, really long time. So this should be interesting. Josh Zimmer, former Huntingtons drummer from forever ago, is with us. What's going on, Mr. Zimmer?
Hi, guys.
Hey. And for y'all that don't know, this is Danny number 2. So his middle name is Daniel. He didn't want to be called Joshy Huntington, so we went with Danny at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we actually ever called him number 2. Like,
no.
Like on stage or else.
Not to my face, anyway.
I think that's just on like in the Wikipedia thing or whatever. It's number 2.
Right.
Who is number 1?
Justin Darbinsky, Adam's brother. He didn't want to be Justin, and so he was Danny also. His middle name was also Daniel.
Who doesn't want to be Justin-y?
Yeah,
Or Justine.
It's about as good as Justine.
Justine! That would have been good. He would have been able to join Darlington with a name like that.
Yeah.
My middle name isn't Daniel, by the way.
It isn't?
No, that's because it was my then girlfriend, now wife's name, Danielle.
Oh, what is your middle name?
Bradford.
Oh, yeah, you could have been Bradley number 2.
Anyway, you're a number 2.
Tell us some other facts about him, Cliff.
Well, I have a question. Since we just started off with the Canadian thing with Andy, like, do you do up there in Erie, Pennsylvania? Do you I know you can basically see Canada from your bedroom window. So, I mean, how does that work? Do you do Canada Day and 4th of July, or what?
Like we're some strange annexed city kind of thing?
Josh, you realize Erie is in America.
Yeah, I realize that. It's also in my home state.
Yeah, we live in the same state, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I don't anymore. I live in Maryland now, but yeah. So.
Defector.
So what are you doing?
No, we don't have any sort of Canadian Christmas, if that was the question.
Josh, what do you do now? I heard you own some record label or something?
No, man, come on.
Once upon a time, I ran a label with a couple guys. I don't do that anymore.
No? What do you
He's
do?
like, actually, Cliff, I'm a chemist. I don't do record. Never mind.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Hey, do you guys all do Shark Week in Canada and Erie and whatnot?
Oh my god.
Shark Week also not exclusive to the Maryland area. It happens much like Christmas across the country.
That's good, man. Good to hear. I'm a big fan. I'm wearing my Jaws shirt. See that?
Willis just was wearing his Jaws shirt yesterday at church. So that was cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
We do whale week.
Beaver Week?
Some sweet humpbacks. We get some. No, I don't know. I'm in Montreal. I'm in Montreal. There's no water.
Are you at the beach? It looks like you're sitting like at a beach chair.
Yeah, it looks like he's on a deserted island, but with a.
I'm in my garage on my America chair. My
Nice.
America chair.
All right, so if Josh Zimmer doesn't currently run a label in his house that's very close to Canada, what are you doing? What are you up to now?
Mostly, I'm just being a dad. I run a warehouse in a distribution company, have a couple bands, and just dad it up most of the time.
Oh, you've still got rock bands you're playing in?
Oh yeah, I have a couple bands that I'm still
That's
in. Yeah.
awesome. Right on, man. What kind of music?
One is a pretty punky, like Dillinger 4 kind of band that I play guitar and sing in, and the other one is a weird, like, kind of acoustic punk band that I play mandolin and accordion in.
Oh wow. Well, the punk rock band is that the same band you were doing way back, the Black something or others?
No, that lasted for a while, and we had a pretty ill-fated tour that kind of broke the band up. And this is a band that got together a little while ago. We broke up like 5 years ago, then actually reunited like 2 months ago.
Do you guys know Dillinger 4? A lot of you guys know the
like personally?
The other guys. No, the other guys. Have you heard Dillinger 4? And no, they're good. They're like,
We know,
not a lot of people.
Yes, we know who they are. I do anyway.
You do?
Yeah,
I know who they are, but I of course hate them.
No, they're a good band, man. There's a lot of Minneapolis punk bands that are super good like that, and Dillinger 4. But do they still play?
I have yet to ever hear a Minneapolis band I liked.
Yeah.
Off with
Never.
their heads? The Replacements?
No.
Wow.
Josh Zimmer, not much has changed with Cliff.
Did you forget who I am?
It's
I like Kiss
it's
and
been what?
AC/DC.
It's been 14 years and we're already arguing about the same thing.
I knew it was like 13 or 14 or something like that. Yeah. So here's what happened, YouTube world. This is what happened 2 weeks ago. The day of our last show, I was driving around doing work stuff, and I decided to put on Rocket from the Crypt randomly, and because I like that band, but I didn't used to like that band because this guy Josh Zimmer freaking played them like more than Mike would play Weezer on tour, and it would.
Mike didn't really play Weezer on tour that much.
Well, between the Mike and Jen combination, and then you add in everyone else in the band who also played it all the time whenever they drove. Yeah. Anyway,
after I was gone?
I'm not trying to let Weezer
Okay.
get in this conversation because they don't deserve it. But Rocket from the Crypt, anyway. Turns out years later, I went to go see them in New York, and they were awesome, and I knew all the songs because of Zimmer playing them. And years go by, and I don't listen to them that much. But then, so 2 weeks ago, I was like, awesome, I want to check out what's on Spotify for Rocket from the Crypt, and there's like 8 billion records. So it just reminded me of you because when we all got when Cliff, you, and I all got our first tattoos that night in South Texas, you got the Rocket from the Crypt tattoo. I remember that because they were.
And if you would have got that tattoo, you would have gotten in free.
Right. Isn't that what?
Planned ahead, man.
That was the deal, right? If you had a tattoo, you got in free.
Yeah, I used it a handful of times actually.
Nice.
All right.
And it was a free tattoo, and you saved money. It was a good investment.
Right.
Right. Anyway,
Do you still like them just as much?
I do.
Yeah.
And it's all old and faded, and my kid thinks that it's a snowman going, whee. I don't know if you can see it upside down. It kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah. Looks like when the snowman's melting in a Frosty cartoon.
It's a sad dying snowman. Yeah, that's the story I try to give my kid.
But why is he black? Daddy? Did he fall in mud?
That's why it's black.
So anyway, I was like, I wonder whatever happened to Zimmer, and the guy.
Is this story still going?
Still going. I'm trying to explain here. Yeah.
Sorry.
So whatever happened to Zimmer, and there's no way of finding the dude, and no one has his number. No one knows. He's not on social media stuff. So I have to go to Google. Last resort, I go to Google and I find out he's got a new band, and I send a message to that band, and I'm like, yo, tell Zimmer to call me sometime. And then whoever got the message gave you my number, and you called me like that day, which is really cool, except for the fact that I was about to do this show like in 15 minutes, so I had to keep that conversation short and then get on the show that happened 2 weeks ago with Scott Hatch. So I got a quick little conversation from Josh that night, and then since then we haven't talked really at all, and no one knows what the heck is going on, man. So here's your time to shine. Go for it. What's going on? You got a baby, and what else?
Nothing's going on.
Not a baby, a 3-year-old.
Do you talk to Matt Kirkley anymore?
Not in quite some time, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that guy's up to.
I think he's the same way. Like, he's got a band, but he doesn't do any of the social media stuff, or he's not very, into technology anymore or at all, and whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I really fell out of contact with everybody for the most part. He was at my wedding once upon a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Nice.
How's married life treating you, man?
Awesome. It's been, end of this month will be 12 years.
Oh, my goodness.
Same for me. 12
That's
years.
so cool. And you just started having kids 2 years ago?
Yeah, well, 3 years ago.
Wow, so you just were for a long time. Were you just like, we don't want kids, and then you just changed your mind, or what was?
Yeah. We both were kind of like, I think that was one of the things that we were like, we should get married. Neither of us wants kids. This will never be an issue. And then like 9 years down the road, we were both kind of like, we should maybe have a kid now. That's what happens next, right? I guess.
Right on, man. That's cool.
You said he's 3 years old?
Yeah, he turned 3 beginning of June.
What's his name?
Micah?
Michael what?
Micah Joseph.
Very awesome.
My firstborn is Micah James.
Very nice, sir.
Ah,
I love that name.
that's kind of like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds like Simon from my old band and all that saying Michael Jackson. Micah James. Micah James. It sounds like Michael Jackson.
No idea what's happening.
What?
Yeah. So
No
anyway,
idea what's
the
happening.
absolute awesome show, Zimmer. Glad to have you on.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a question. I noticed in that picture, Josh, that you sent us, you're wearing, or Danny Huntington is wearing khaki shorts. I want to know how Cliff let you get away with that.
We had many arguments about that sort of thing. I remember
Yeah.
one time he wore a red shirt during a show, and I freaked out.
Shut up.
I remember one time Cliff came
pushing
and
the
grabbed me like I was doing something wrong. Like, get over here. Why is he out there smoking in front of the fans?
That's right.
I'm like, I don't know, man. What do you want me to do?
I
Slap
jacked
the
you up
cigarette.
against the wall.
Yeah. Well, I gave him permission to smoke one cigarette in front of the fans tonight. So, sorry.
Did you ever defeat that demon, or are you still smoking?
Oh, no, I still smoke like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Only in front of Christian rock shows, though.
Hey, all right.
And only wearing a red Rocket from the Crypt T-shirt.
Yes,
Save
yes.
Yes.
Colors.
All the combinations of everything.
Actually, in reality, you did always try to get away with that sort of stuff. But I remember at the show that I'm actually talking about, I didn't even notice, and then afterwards when you said, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, I forgot to change my shirt," I said, "Oh man, that's okay," which was very out of character for me. But it was
It's
a good
yeah.
show.
See,
It's like we reversed roles for 10 minutes.
Cliff was hard, but he was fair. He knew how to,
I think. See, my memory's so bad, but wouldn't Josh Zimmer be the only drummer that we ever had, or really member that we ever had, that we actually had try out? We never actually had anybody try out.
No, we had somebody else try out the day before him, and we were like, "Oh my gosh,
I mean, for
terrible!" It was just like the worst thing ever.
He's probably a big fan of the show too.
Yeah, if that person's watching, I thought
even
you
know his
were
name,
amazing.
but he had a mohawk. He came with a mohawk and no shirt on, and we were just like, "What are you doing?" And then he was all like, "Chugga chugga 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 chugga" the whole time, and we were like, "No!" And
his name was Travis Barker.
and then that other kid tried out too, the one that like I made cry because after like
Tell that
20
story.
seconds I made us stop and said you're not good enough. I'm sorry. It was the kid from like Connecticut. Remember that?
Ouch! He drove from Connecticut.
Yes. And we went into Clay Creek and we were gonna practice in Clay Creek and give him an official tryout in Clay Creek. And he like was there. Josh Zimmer might have even been there. I don't know, but like you
guys were recording? You guys were recording at Clay Creek? Or Nick just let you...
No, I remember some of the tryouts, and maybe with Josh, but maybe not. But they were in my parents' basement.
Yeah, the first time I played with you guys was in your parents' basement.
Yeah, that one. And you showed up. You just blew us away. We were like, let's not act too excited, guys. And
yeah, but I didn't want to go down memory lane to the point where we dissed the other guys that came to try out. I was just kind of making the point that particular like position.
Was Josh?
That
this is good. Tell me
Josh
about who else is worse than I am.
Tryouts for it.
Was Josh in the band at this point? Or
No.
You mean when we tried out that other kid?
No,
I don't really know when it was.
No, I didn't.
Josh?
CJ at that point.
Yeah, it was CJ, and then
So it was like
like,
right after Get Lost or whatever.
I think when I joined, you had only had like 2 shows.
It was pretty quick, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you came on that little. I think you're. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I went on the
tour with us, little tour, that 4-show tour that Josh came with us on to just kind of be an understudy on or something. Was that your first shows with us?
I didn't try out. I just went on tour with you, and it was all about. I hope he's cool on tour, and then he could be in the band.
Yeah.
So
I was like, yeah, I play all downstrokes, and I like the Ramones a lot, and so it was like, okay, you're in, but yeah, it was that tour with 121, so I went on that just to try and just
that was 4 shows. That was when we played with. I thought
it was like a week and a half because I remember I had to like.
What was the 4 shows thing that we did where one of the shows was in Nashville and had the guy from the Teen Idols, and he was all like, he was all still mad at me from some, I don't know, whatever.
That was a good band, man. That was a good band. Teen Idols, they were good.
They're
pretty tight.
I thought they would be because I saw them live before they ever started putting out records, and then their records just sounded super overproduced and super like way too many harmonies going on. It just seemed like I don't know.
That was kind of their shtick, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it was so over the top that it kept me from.
I thought they were good because they were different, like they had that harmony thing and very catchy kind of. I don't know. It wasn't like every song sounded the same kind of thing. But then they lost the singer and then they got this other guy and they weren't that. I don't know. It wasn't as good as before.
Yeah, I remember
they were from Nashville. I think one of them came to one of our. We played in Nashville, and I think one of them came or something to a show. I don't know.
I remember the 4-show thing you're talking about, Cliff, because I think that was like the first thing we ever did with Josh, and I remember I think maybe even after the first show, just the blisters on his hands from playing like 1 or 2 shows. Which happened.
I don't remember the shows, but
happened
I remember
a lot,
that happened.
man. We'd be on tour, and he'd be like, "I can't play tonight." We had to get Stevie Stress playing that one time with us, and he played so fast. We were like, "Oh, terrible!" It was so funny.
Yeah, my hand was all weird and gangrene and gross.
the very Cliff. Remember your old church you used to go to next to your old apartments? Where,
yeah, that was yes, I do.
I forget what the name was, but I think my first show was there playing with these guys, and I was bleeding all over my guitar. Like,
why?
Just my fingers, just from downstrokes and stuff. I wasn't used to it. I don't know how I don't even think I could do it at the time. I don't know.
Were you playing like this, or were you trying to play like this?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Because if you play like this, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. But
Hey, you
That was
learned.
bleeding.
Wasn't
all
I at
over the
that
place.
show?
No,
Yeah.
you were at. You came. No, you came to. We played in Newark.
Yeah, you guys were awesome at that
Some-
show. The first show that I saw, you guys, I just thought you guys were great, just super great, just totally fantastic. So.
Yeah, I don't. I
loved
think
it.
you were only at that show. That was intimidating.
I wasn't happy, but I remember that show because it was like the first show after 9/11, and I was not happy with myself at that show because I remember effing up the Star Spangled Banner intro thing, and that's like kind of like the worst thing you could ever do at that point in your life. You know?
What?
At that point in time in history.
When I played with you guys,
Yeah.
you played the Star Spangled
I
Banner.
just remember doing Bruce Springsteen, not any Star Spangled Banner.
No, we started the show with Star Spangled Banner thing, and then we went into our whatever thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember at least part of the Star Spangled Banner, but I know how to play that song. It was a song I learned like when I was learning guitar when I was 13. It was just something that my
Call
guitar
yourself
teacher-
Right, you're
Patriot
thinking about the
Josh.
Twin Towers and people jumping and stuff, and you just messed up. That's okay.
Yeah. So
That's still better than 2 days after 9/11, me and Mike Holt arguing online on message boards.
right.
Or maybe it was 2 days before 9/11. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like that. That's crazy that's been that long, that it's been this long. Josh, how old are you now?
34.
Oh, remember when I turned 30 on tour, and you played, like exactly at the time in the middle of the night that I turned 30, you played the Groovy Ghoulies Happy Birthday song, and
So Josh
yeah.
was 15, or
Yeah, well, I'm 45 now, so he was definitely 18 or 19 years old back then. He had to have been.
Something like that, yeah.
And now you're older than I was then.
I know, it's gross.
With either of your bands that you have now, do you travel anywhere outside of your home area, or is it all kind of like local stuff?
It's all pretty local, tri-state, Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York kind of thing.
That's cool. What guitars are you using?
I have a... No, it's not in here. I have a Epiphone Les Paul, and that's pretty much it.
Is it a standard, a custom? What is it?
It's custom.
Right on. Yellow, or is it white or black?
It's the white with the gold hardware.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been thinking about getting one of those blackback ones. You know what those are?
Mhm.
Yeah, those are really nice too. So I've been
Yeah, I
thinking
like them
about
a lot.
that.
Those are sweet.
I know. So the new ones have they had them a couple years ago and then they stopped making them. Now they're making them again and they've got different. They've got pro bucker pickups in them or something, and they've got they're just different looking. They've got kind of it's just it adds to the way it looks that much more, and they sound better supposedly.
So Josh Blackray, did you
What?
Google search Josh Zimmer's name and come across a band? How did you find this?
I don't remember. I mean, it was probably Josh Zimmer, Erie, PA, that kind of thing or something, and then found some kind of band website or the Facebook page for the band or something.
what's the band called?
Yeah, what's the band called?
I don't know which one it is.
The one that you're in now.
The
Dillinger 4?
the guy that told me is the drummer, and he's the drummer in both bands, so it could be either one.
Okay, how about this? What is the name of both bands?
He doesn't want to promote anything, man.
I feel weird talking about myself. The punk band is called the Sound City Saints. We used to be called the Dead City Saints, and we got sued by a band over the name.
You got sued, literally sued? You had to go to court?
Well, we got the cease and desist order saying that we needed to stop using it.
Oh, that's funny.
The other weird acoustic punk band is called Junk Shop Failure, named after the bass player who owned and lived in a junk shop and it went out of business.
Wow, I like both of those names a lot. That's very cool.
Yeah, it was the Sound City one that I found.
It was? Okay.
The Sound City band, the Sound City Saints, it kind of has a Murder City Devils vibe sound to it or something
Yeah, we thought
So
Dead
the-
City Saints sounded really cool, and apparently, I guess, so did somebody else. So they already had it.
Are they making records?
I don't think so. I think they were actually a band about 3 months before we began.
Well, here's the thing. Until you start making a record and get known, there's always going to be like 20 different bands with your name. They're just regional, and it doesn't make any difference unless they actually took the time to go and copyright their name, which they probably claimed in a letter, and it probably wasn't even anything. Was it actually from a lawyer?
Oh, I don't remember, man. At this point, this is like 6, 7 years ago.
Okay. Well, they seem to have made a real dent in the national scene.
What the Dillinger 4 sound like? Was that all of you guys coming together? Because that's not a band that a lot of people know or try to kind of go for, you know, like that style of punk rock, I guess. Is that something like? Are you really into Dillinger 4 and like Leatherface, bands like that? Or?
Yeah, to an extent. It's mostly the drummer and I like a lot of like Dillinger 4, Off With Their Heads. The bass player is like a big metal guy, so it made it kind of his metaliness with a little bit more pop punkiness, and it kind of turned out sounding that way.
Nice. Cool. You guys have like music on a Facebook or something, or?
I believe we must. Yeah, if Josh found us there. It's again, I don't have any sort of social media presence, so I don't know what exists and what doesn't on the internet. But,
you live under the radar?
Yeah, we're off the grid in this palatial estate you see behind me.
What? You're not playing drums anymore at all?
No, I haven't played. In fact, I don't even own drums anymore.
Wow.
I played in a couple bands throughout the years after I got done playing with you guys.
You were really good.
I was okay. I don't think I was great. I think I'm actually better at the other stuff than I was at drums. But
how did you come to audition or whatever for those guys? Like, how did that all? Were you a fan? Were you a Huntingtons fan? Or
yeah, I mean, I think if I remember it right, I sent you guys an email basically. Like, you guys were looking for a drummer, and I just kind of sent you an email and I was like, "Hey, I'm a drummer." And then eventually I came down to Maryland and did it.
And I'm willing to drive 8 hours a week to practice.
That was for like a month or so at the beginning. Yeah, it was back and forth from Erie to Baltimore.
But then we got our feet wet, and then you didn't have to worry about it anymore unless you were touring. Yes. So that wasn't bad. Well, you were really good. I just, you hit really hard, and you were really consistent. It was easy to play with you. So, you were good for our style. So
I thought so. Yeah, I definitely had a good time doing it. I mean, I think I've definitely what I sometimes lacked, I should say, since I don't really play anymore. But what I sometimes lacked in a bit of skill, I made up on just hitting really, really damn hard.
Yeah, you broke a lot of snares.
I did. Yeah, I remember going through a lot of cymbals on those tours too.
There's an entire show on YouTube of. It's weird. I think it says it's in Chicago, but it's not. It's from that Stardom Rumble thing in Amsterdam, and from the Tory Marky Ramone. But I remember, like, I've seen that stuff. If you ever looked that up on YouTube or whatever, like, we played every song so fast at that show because it was towards the end of the tour, and we were just like,
and it didn't feel fast to any of us.
No, it was totally just normal. But like if you watch that back now, everything's so fast, and then there's the only slow part is the only like weird awkward silence is when you break your snare, because then we can't really talk to the crowd. They don't speak English, or we can't understand them. So we're just like, drummer broke snare. Must be.
The thing I most remember from that show is because the Buckwheats were freaking jerks the whole time, right? So, like, the thing I remember about that show that was very memorable to me was that near the end of it, like, right before we came out to do an encore, and then right at the end of that, I thanked every single band from the Stardom Rumble on purposefully except the Buckwheats. I did not, and I think I even thanked Marky Ramone by name, but didn't thank the Buckwheats. And those guys were very upset about that, but I felt good about that.
You should have thanked Warren, not the Buckwheats, because Warren
was cool.
Yeah, he was great.
Warren was guest number 1 on episode number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of the awesome. What is this called? The awesome. I've already forgotten.
Well, the Josh Zimmer Hour.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, You can look under our names. It says the name of the show right there.
Except it doesn't for you, Cliff. Yours
What?
says I'm.
Oh,
the
yeah. That's right. I'm sorry. It says it for Mike and Josh.
You also have background vocals after your name.
Whoa. Yeah, that's right.
Whoa. I was going to say the same thing that Josh Blackway said about that Belgium or wherever it was show. It was so fast, but watching it online.
Rotterdam.
Yeah. That was it, yeah. And you can tell it's like, wow, this is way faster than we would typically play. But it didn't come off sloppy or bad. I mean, it was still really, really tight. We probably played that way that whole tour.
Well,
Really.
if it was the end of the tour, that makes sense too, because I'm sure, like always, we would speed up as the tour goes along and along and along.
Right. You just become machines, and it feels good to play that fast.
Now,
So
go ahead, Andy.
So what happened? Like, Josh, were you just like, did you move on to other things, or like, what's the story behind? Was there like a huge, like, did you in any good juicy fights, or like, how did you exit the band?
No, I mean,
The fights were usually about me getting my pride hurt.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so that or me and Kirk. It was either that or me and Kirkley just being absolute dicks. That happened from time to time as well.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just for me. It kind of run its course. I was just kind of done.
Yeah. And then, so who did you guys replace Josh with? Like, who was next in line after?
Mike Pierce came back and did like his 15th album.
Okay.
Where like every time we'd lose a drummer, then it'd be right in time to make an album. Josh Zimmer was the only one to ever make an album that actually stayed long enough to make it.
Plastic Surgery, right?
No.
Plastic Surgery.
No, he's pictured on it, but he
I
didn't
play on that.
No,
Okay.
the one he played on was Rock and Roll Habits for the New Wave, where we redid songs from Sweet 16 and
Right.
Plastic Surgery.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah.
So.
And I think wasn't there also like a Go-Go's cover and some other stuff like that on there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you guys did. We
got the beat.
Got the beat, right?
And also the
and a Muff song, right?
A Muff
Like
song.
Yep.
Yeah, a Muff song.
Very cool. And I still think that's one of our best actual albums. It's one of the ones that I actually still listen to the most to this day. It just how good those songs were just came through. It was very cool. So
if you look that up on like any of the iTunes or Spotify or anything, does it show up with your remastered version?
Yes. Yes.
Which is the picture is
us in Europe.
In Europe, yeah.
Right.
So Zimmer, I know you don't do social media, but you probably heard of iTunes. That's a thing where you can go listen to music. If you go on there and look it up, it's a pretty. I don't know if you ever saw cool. It's a cool picture of us from that European tour.
I don't know. Am I out of uniform?
No, dude, you're in uniform. Hey, Mike, do you have it? Can you like bring it up online and share it?
I think he's wearing a Dickies jacket though. I think that's out of uniform. Now I think about it. Because did you have a leather jacket, or did you just have the Dickies jacket?
Yeah, I had a leather jacket.
Okay.
I think
you guys.
Dickies jacket.
Dickies jacket.
Yeah, it's a great picture though, and there's a good vibe to the picture. It's just got a really, really sweet feeling. Go ahead, show it. Mike.
I'm looking for it. Hold on.
Yeah, Mike.
I always found the inner booklet of Plastic Surgery, that picture awkward. Like, it's like the waist down. One guy, I don't know who is who. So one guy has a huge bulge on the side of his pants. I don't know who it was. One guy is like crossing his legs in. Like,
that's me. That's me.
It's like such an awkward.
Josh.
Like they all look like mom jeans too. Like all the.
That's because we didn't. That's because we had to go get regular jeans and get them all taken in. We didn't have.
Yeah, okay.
That was back the old days, man, before the whole lowriders thing was happening.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy to go find girl jeans for boys back then, and none of the other guys in the band would have done that except me anyway. But so it didn't really matter.
I used to buy them on tour. Now I can't. I probably wouldn't even be able to fit in regular jeans. But
I was all like. But anyway, that was because Get Lost, it was the tops of us, so then Plastic Surgery was the bottoms of us.
Oh, right, yeah, true.
All the images online of that album cover are really, really small, though.
Okay, I'm gonna email you one right now.
Yeah.
That's a good album, man. I like that album, Plastic Surgery.
No,
You
I
guys
don't
never
like it.
wanted to play any. You guys don't like. Nobody ever wanted. I always wanted to play that Hardy Holly song. And
No,
nobody wanted to play
no. That doesn't
It
have a
could be
good live
good.
vibe to it.
It could be good though, like if
But
it's
yeah,
done,
sure, but it doesn't have that big push, that live push, man.
I guess I don't know.
You agree, Mike?
Yeah, I would agree with that. It didn't have the live feel.
We did a couple of them for the acoustic shows, but not that song.
Correct.
We did that other one though that was like slow on that record.
What was the one? What's that
Tonight
one
is not as ever in your eyes.
Right.
So, Mr. What are you saying?
What's the song? Should have known when I saw the Xanax or something. What's that song? I should have known when I saw the Xanax or something like that. This girl's got issues. I don't want to be next or something. Come on, you guys wrote this song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Awkward.
Plastic Surgery. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
Mike, what song?
No, that's not. That's Annie's Anorexic. That's good.
No, it isn't.
No,
it isn't.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Girls got problems or something? Somebody's got problems?
Girls Gone Crazy.
Girls Gone Crazy,
Girls Gone
yeah.
Crazy. That's a good live song.
I don't listen to that
Like,
record.
I don't
That could be a
either
good
because it
one.
sounds like crap. It doesn't
No,
sound
that
anywhere
could be
near
a-
as good. Like for some reason, like Nick thought it would be a good time to not put any EQ on any instruments when he mixed that, and then but to think it was all recorded exactly the same as Get Lost, and it just doesn't sound even. It just sounds like it was recorded like demos of Get Lost or something. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it was pretty crappy. But everyone should go buy it.
Yes,
Nothing.
we should re-record it.
Nothing could be worse than that split we did though. Remember we with the Cure song that we did?
Oh yeah, we pieced that thing together.
We
Yeah,
slapped that.
dude.
Dude,
Did you
we
ever
were
I got a question for you guys on that. The first song on that, it's like, has anybody ever ripped the CD and looked at the WAV files of that album?
No.
Nah.
I do that.
Tom, I should ask Tom Giachero about this sometime because the first song on that is like a bar, and it's like where he smashed it to Kingdom Come, and then he just turned it down because he realized he messed it up, But it's just it's so smashed it can't even be nothing. You can't manipulate the sound of it at all.
That was also 13 years ago or something, 13, 14
Mike, check
years
your
ago.
email.
My email? Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, that was. But no, that was a good song actually. The first one. A lot of the songs were really good.
Home recording equipment has come a long way since then, even.
Yes, it has.
But that is a good song. That Mike did a really good. That was it's not typical Huntington sound, but that's a good song. Really good song.
What, the EP? Well, one of the major
the first song on that EP thing.
Well, the whole thing. That album and then the full-length album, I'd say the main reason why those albums sound so different than all other Huntington's albums is, first of all the other ones except for the one that Josh Zimmer played on has the same drummer. And this one has Rick on it. And not only is Rick's style so different, but he just gets very different tones. And that the drums, that's your bottom line. That's your building block. And so that is just so different. And the band on the EP and the full length, on my iPod, I have the EP and the full length. I have the EP as bonus tracks on the full, and it all just blends and sounds real well, But did you get it?
Yes, I'm working it now.
Check it out, Josh.
Hey, in the meantime, I got a question for Andy. I know this is about Zimmer, but he said he doesn't like talking about himself, so I got a question for Andy. So it's not from me, it's actually from my sister who just texted me. Can you please ask Andy if he remembers when I set him up with his wife at Cornerstone, even though he claims he had already met her at that point? I met her at a booth and went back and told Andy I found a cute girl for him.
But what she doesn't know is he was already hey now.
She said this to me like a couple times before. Okay, you set us up. I'm admitting it now. You set us up.
All right, there you
you
go,
go,
Kim.
All right, I'm gonna screen share the picture you sent, Cliff. There we go. Are you seeing it?
Oh,
It's black. There
I'm
it is.
wearing a white T-shirt. I am out of uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yep. White T-shirt, hat.
Got a baseball cap. I'm
Jacket.
smiling.
And you got like Dickie pants.
I'm definitely wearing
Yeah.
Dickies too.
Yeah, and you're smiling. You're smiling. That's right.
You might as well have Nike Airs on too. Cliff must have been a lot happy about this one. Come on.
No, I'm the one who put this front cover together. I'm the one that actually made that artwork.
Yeah,
can't
and
see
I
it
think in this picture, Cliff's saying, "Josh, it's really not funny that you're out of uniform," and Josh is just laughing hysterically. And I'm cringing because it's like this again, and then Josh is looking at him like, "Gosh, why is this? Why am I here?"
But you know,
Josh
this was not an actual.
full,
This was not an official photo shoot. This was not an official photo shoot thing. It was Jen just took the picture when we were on tour. Like, oh, you guys look like you're actually getting along and like each other. I'll take a picture.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think it's different actually than the one that was in the cover. Didn't we put another picture similar to that one inside of the original booklet?
no, inside the original booklet it has 4 pictures of us from Europe, but they're individual. They're on the back. It's individual shots of us, and then on the inside is a live picture of us when I think Matt Kirkley was in the band, but it's just you can't see it. We're playing it in like Pensacola, Florida.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's any other pictures of Europe in there.
So Josh Zimmer, what was your favorite memory of going to Europe on that trip? Do you have one?
When I gashed my head in the speaker.
I completely forgot about that. I mean, I think it's not music related at all, but I think it's probably taking a piss in a beer bottle.
Yeah! We have told that story so many times at your expense.
Yeah, I think we did. I think when Warren was on the first episode of this show, I think we told that story.
Yeah, and he didn't know about it. So then when we told him about it, he was just sitting there shaking his head like, I can't believe you did that. Which seemed really out of character for him, because you would have think he would have been like on his perch saying, "Do it, do it, do it." Back then.
No, I think with him, he was more like, well, yeah, that's what they used to do with the Sex. They would do that to the Sex Pistols and stuff, you know.
But dude, that's
I
right.
don't remember where
That
we
girl
were or
totally
anything
drank
like
your
that.
piss, man. She was all drunk and she totally drank your piss.
Somebody did.
She did. We watched her do it, and we were all sitting there laughing.
You know who else drank your piss, Josh, as well as mine? Was anyone that ever bought a bottle of Evian water.
That's right. I forgot about that too. I feel it was like very late and we were very drunk, I believe.
What is this story?
They pissed in some river in France or something, right?
The Evian River, yeah. Like it was in Switzerland, maybe.
Oh yeah, that was the same tour that I'm running.
That's like the most douche tourist thing you can do. It's like pee in a river.
Well, no, it was Switzerland deserved it. The show there sucked. Everybody there was totally lame and mean to us just because we were from America. I mean, come on.
So what did Josh Zimmer? What instrument did he play at that really crappy show in France when we all switched instruments?
He was the singer, man.
Thing. You remember that?
I don't remember that at all.
It was a small, narrow little place in France.
Actually, I think that's where the Evian River was.
Yeah, that's where you guys pissed. It was a total pissed off night, and I played drums, and everybody switched instruments, and yeah, I think you did sing, yeah.
Yeah, because I just played bass. Josh stayed on guitar, and because Josh couldn't do anything besides that because he's not good enough, and I'm just kidding, man, you know that. But Zimmer just sang. And it was cool. It was awesome. It was fun because the funniest thing was you would look on your face when you were playing drums because you were just like the whole time, you know.
I'm sure no one that was there remembers it, but I'm sure when they were there, it was awful. I'm sure it was.
I know that we pissed people off there, but we couldn't really know for sure because we couldn't understand them. So we were like,
well, those kids came up afterwards and were like, "Why did you do that? We drove all this way to come see you."
I'm going to go post the join link to the general population, and we'll get some more people in here and chat some more.
Right on.
Cool.
You know, Zimmer, you'll notice other than the V-neck, I'm in uniform.
You are in uniform.
That's right. Not really. I'm not really in uniform.
Oh, you really don't have to prove it to me. We can keep it above the equator. That's all right.
Hey, nothing fell out, you know. So, remember when we were going to start a band and call it Blackway because because Kirkley was going to become our permanent singer? Remember that?
I do vaguely remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Was I going to be in the band?
Yeah, you were all for it, man. It was your name.
I do. Yeah, I do remember. I don't remember like really the circumstances surrounding it, but I do remember at one point coming up with that idea. Yeah.
It was just me and Mike weren't getting along at all. It was just terrible, and
So we were like, we'll show him.
You know, just everybody's. You know, it's just what happens when I'm sure you've been in bands. You weren't in our band long enough to affect you this way, but I'm sure you've been in bands where you can identify with this. Pretty much every trajectory of any band that is around for a while, sooner or later, people start. It starts going to your head, and you just start. You become filled with pride, and you start thinking, well, wouldn't be nothing without me, and it's all here because of me, and yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, you've heard stories at least of bands, you know, but every band that's been around for a long time kind of goes through that. And I ended up leaving, obviously, and then. Since we kind of pieced everything back together, since then, Mike and I have just had a lot better respect, and we understand each other and have much better boundaries that we don't cross, and it's been real good ever since. So.
When did you leave? I know that was it Oregon you went to for a while?
Yeah, I was in the Stivs. Well, it started as the Reaction, which was kind of like a tougher version of Get Lost, and then. But that only lasted like till we got to Oregon. Like we did, like our tour was like 5 shows on the way back, just dropping everybody back home, and then we dropped them. They were all from that area, so then we dropped them off, and it was just me. I was just there. I didn't have a band anymore. So then I just found some guys, and we just put up a band, and they were all young guys that had known my work in the Huntingtons and stuff, and it just morphed into this like Dead Boys, long hair, stylish kind of thing, and it was cool because it was the first band I ever did where. I came from, the reason, there was never anything wrong with anything you ever wanted to do in the band. The whole reason, from my view, that closed fist was ever down on you was that in my mind, the Huntingtons were like a play. You know what I mean? It was a gimmick. It had a thing. It had a whole look. It had a whole everything. And so I never wanted to veer from that. I never wanted to veer from the sounds or anything, And then at the Stivs, it was just guys that just built up something that didn't go anywhere, but it built up. So we got to record now with Jack and Dino. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was real cool. But and we all got along really well. We didn't fight. We didn't argue.
You have to go on The Price is Right, man.
I know.
The Price is Right.
I know. And we never like I never told anybody what to wear. There was no rules, and so it was cool. It was interesting going into that environment, but coming out of one that was so extreme in my mind to go into something purposefully that all that stuff was broken down, and it was just something that just kind of morphed and developed over time, and then so. And now it's just kind of like whatever. We just kind of all tend to wear the old uniform, but I don't think it's ever on purpose. We're going to play a show August 30th, and I'm probably going to wear an old man button-up shirt that just happens to be black, short sleeves, but it's not going to be a T-shirt, I doubt. So I'll break the uniform myself, man.
Josh, man, I remember like back after, I don't know, a few years after you left the band when I was trying to do this like DVD for the Huntingtons.
Yeah.
Some idea that I never followed through with, but so that guy JR out in Ohio,
J.R. Smith?
Yeah, he went to go see your newer band, not the band you're in now, but like there's probably the Black Rose thing. Was it Black Rose?
At that time, it probably would be. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he interviewed you on video and sent me this VHS tape, all super terrible, like. Tracking was all going all over the screen, but I I tried to work it out and put it into the thing, but it was so hard to do. But I kept the tape. And anyway, so Keithy Huntington is basically working on some kind of.
You remember that guy?
Remember that guy?
Keithy Huntington. He called himself Keithy Huntington. He was like one of the guys that anytime we played in like Oklahoma or Texas or any of those kind of areas, he was there at every show. Do you remember T.J. Huntington? He was always there whenever we played Omaha. Do you have any memories of anybody?
Not really. Not like the ancillary characters, at least.
You remember like being interviewed by JR?
Nope.
So anyway, there's gonna be a movie.
Is your brain a sieve?
You're gonna be in it. You're not gonna remember it being.
No.
Do you remember being in the Huntingtons?
Vaguely, yeah, vaguely.
He remembers pissing in a bottle in Europe. That's there.
Dude, do you remember that when we got home? How can we not talk about the tour in Europe and how scrunched up you were in the back seat? You know, with Mike and Jen, everywhere we went, and there's Josh and me sharing a front seat, and how after 3 weeks, how much it was so shocking, and how much it just like tore away at you that not even a word on the side of a truck, a Mack truck, did you even understand. You know what I mean? Everything was in another language, and it was just like, by the time when we landed back in Newark, New Jersey, you remember I kissed the ground, and we were all so happy to be back in America where it was English and everything. Do you remember that? No.
Vaguely. I definitely remember being jammed into the back of the van. I remember that our driver was also drinking pee, if I remember correctly.
Really?
This sounds like a very pee-drinking filled tour that you guys.
It was a real scatological tour.
You like put pee in Oliver's drink?
No, do you remember he drank his own? He drank his morning urine. He explained that there was like some kind of the vitamins.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
I'm glad I don't remember that. My goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I remember that, but I just didn't think that was true. You're saying that it's like a real, like he actually did do that?
He didn't force me to watch him or anything, but
I was like, yeah, right. That guy was cool, man.
You remember who you snuggled with in Sicily when we had no power and it was freezing? We had to stay in the house that when we got to Sicily after the show, and we stayed in a house that the electricity went out the second we got there, and it was freezing cold. And
all 5 of us slept together, connected together, and I remember that I always bragged
like human centipede style.
Yes. And it was always like, you know, I didn't snore, I never snored. Jen, stop snoring, I can hear you breathe, whatever, right? And I fell asleep so fast, and Jen went, "You're snoring!"
Well, we actually ended up in a different room that night. Like, we ended up you guys all stayed in one room, and I know at least 2 of you guys were, like, straight up really on top of each other because of how cold it was. And I remember...
It's me and somebody, obviously, right?
I would have to think.
Who was I spooning?
I think it was us.
We tried to sleep.
It was the Joshes.
Yeah, I think that's one of those things you try and block from your memory.
Well, I'm bringing it back up. I'm resurfacing it.
I just remember being so tired on one of those after it was all. Whenever we finally got to go to bed, I just remember being so tired one night that I literally fell asleep in like half a second. And Jen woke up and said I was snoring, and that was the first time I think I ever snored in my life or something. And she was there to say, "You're snoring." So that's all. I just remember that.
I don't know that I ever snored, but I know that I made absolutely ungodly sounds when I was sleeping.
I don't have any memory of that. Is that just what your wife tells you?
No, it's anytime I've ever toured with any band. You don't remember that weird? I think you said it sounded like I was flying airplanes.
Wow, I don't remember it now. No,
I think it was a pretty frequent thing. And it wasn't like a night terrors thing or anything, but it was in lieu of like snoring, it was just a weird kind of noise, I guess.
Like woo.
Maybe.
I remember being outside in the van, racking up the band's cell phone bill, talking to whoever my girlfriend was, and all of a sudden you and Kirkley come running out naked and just like smeared your balls all over the front windshield.
Oh my gosh! While you're on the phone,
yeah.
on the phone talking to your girl like, "Hey baby, oh balls." That's awesome.
Oh, balls!
Yeah, I think I remember that. I feel like that was Florida, maybe.
That definitely sounds like a Florida thing. Did you guys ever like show up to a like someone's after the show is like, oh, come stay at our house, and then you go there and it's like it's the most disgusting ghetto situation. You gotta leave.
Of course.
That happened
Because
with
I
you,
wasn't
right?
sure. Yeah. Josh and Mike, do you remember when we went to that place and we brought all of our stuff? It was with 710 Split. Both bands, we brought all of our stuff in, and we were like, we can't do this. And then we made up some story about like, oh, I think
we
we're
actually
gonna
have to
drive.
go. Yeah.
Right, that happened.
But
that also happened on tour with the Deadlines, and we actually left and decided we couldn't stay there. Yep.
But remember that night?
So tomorrow is like 3 hours away. So we gotta go.
Walker, Johnny, what's his name? He
John
locked
Ladd?
the keys. No, his girl, like the girl he met that night, like locked her keys in her car.
Oh
We had
yeah.
to wait for like hours for. Oh man, what was his name? Johnny
I don't.
Walker.
I remember that situation. I don't remember the person that were specifically.
That was horrible. I think there was like rats walking around and like mold everywhere and ghosts like coming around like.
Punk rock, man. Sleep on the floor and keep going. That's right. Josh, do you remember being in California? And after the show, we stayed somewhere, and these guys brought out their acoustic guitars, and they sat in the other room, and they were just playing all these Huntington songs, and all of us, including you and Kirkley, were just sitting there going, oh no, and Josh Blackway felt bad, and so he went out and joined them. Do you remember that?
I think I do remember that. Yeah.
I don't.
Did Josh take his shirt off?
I don't know. He might have. He might have.
Okay.
Hey, this is TJ Huntington down here. Do you remember this guy at all from Omaha, Nebraska? He was always at every show whenever we played Omaha.
You really want him to remember, don't you, Chris? You're
I
like,
do.
This is him. Do you remember? Look at his face.
I mean, I believe you.
That's all right.
I don't think he can see. Can you even see the things on the bottom, Josh?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about when you're playing at the bottom.
He's on an iPad, so like TJ's got to unmute himself and start talking for him to see him.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello?
He's,
You remember that guy?
oh, now I remember.
Okay.
I remember that voice.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, Cliff. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Josh, this is our new drummer.
Hi, Josh.
Who is it now?
Josh,
Chris.
too.
Hey, who's this? Who's that guy? Looks like a member of Element 101. Who's that guy? Doesn't he look like he would be in Element 101? That guy with the white t-shirt on there?
Hey, guy with the white T-shirt. Not you.
Yeah.
It says his name is Frank.
Frank?
What's up, Frank?
Hey, Cliffy.
Yeah.
Did you notice something?
You have my name tattooed on your neck? I don't know.
No. I had to go find my nicest V-neck.
Oh. Well, this. I'm in my pajamas. Every time I do this, I'm in my pajamas.
Oh,
It's
really?
what I wear to bed, dude.
Mm.
Yeah. I'll be dressed a little nicer for the show.
Well, I had to go find my nicest V-neck to match you tonight. It's our uniform. It's a new uniform, right?
Is it extra thin?
It is. It's like silk.
There you
Awesome.
go. Hey, we lost Frank. Oh, that guy looked like he was in Element 101 anyway. Who cares?
Because you insulted him,
I know.
and he left.
The point of this show is to like get other random people going in at a certain point, and and let them say all the stuff they've wanted to ask Josh Zimmer for so long.
Right.
Like who are you?
Not be
What
like-
are you doing here?
Like, who are you? Josh, has anything changed at all, as far as you can tell?
No, not really. It feels like we're sitting in a van right now.
Just put on some of that music, and I'll just really, give it to you.
Yeah, I could blast some Alkaline Trio or some Rock from the Crypt, and you can scowl at me, and it'll be just like.
Scowl at you? Oh.
You
we
know,
have a picture of
How
Josh
to start a fire.
sitting on the top of the van, or sitting on the top of the van while we were in traffic. You remember doing that?
I do during the France. What was it? They were striking. The truck.
When we were running out of fuel and we were like going everywhere looking for gas.
Man.
That's right.
Yeah, Josh rode on top of the van for a little bit that day.
Yeah.
He figured it would lessen the amount of weight in the van somehow and make us go further.
Just walk alongside of it.
Right.
I have a picture somewhere of me and Blackway walking down the center of the freeway too in France, I think.
No.
you need to find that, man, and post it on.
On all the websites that I'm part of.
Put it in an envelope and put a stamp on it. And mail it.
Yeah, exactly.
Put a little heart on it, you know.
Right. Do they still do
fax it to you.
Do snail mail up there?
I'll fax it to you. With a secure fax.
Fax it to
Nah, man. So for the most part, like, all you guys listen to the worst sucky music ever, and still probably do. But in Zimmer's defense, like, he did pretty much like listen to some bands that I didn't like back then, but I listen to now, and it's weird because like I didn't really like Lillingtons back then. I was like, this is freaking Pee Wee Herman.
No. And now you're all over. Teenage Bottle Rocket, same guy.
Lillingtons, Screeching
Yeah,
Weasel.
be nice.
Back then, Weasel, man, I didn't like Screeching Weasel back then either. But that's like, you listen to more pop punk back then than I do now, and now it's kind of like what I listen to the most.
Well, the Lillingtons especially. If that first record, with the Huntington High on it, that's great, or Lillington High on it, that's really great. The next two records would have been really good if they would have just had the vocals loud enough to be able to be heard. But in spite of it, they were really great, man.
Chicks Dig It too. There's another
real
one.
Fun band.
Have you ever listened
Dig It was
to?
cool.
Have you, Josh? Have you ever listened to that band that they did right before Teenage Bottle Rocket? Where it was
Homeless Wonders.
No. It's awkward silence while I try to figure this
Hey,
out.
all right, while you're trying to figure that out, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Sack. You ever listen to Sack? They're called Sack.
Is this a setup?
They're called Sack.
There is a
The name of
joke.
the album is called Get Wrecked, and it's them like drinking like on like that. Have you ever heard of that album?
No.
No, you would love it, man. You would really like it a lot.
No,
send it to
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, but Cliff, you're saying that, but you haven't talked to this guy in like.
Well, he'd have to give me his email address, and then I can send it to him. I can send him a.
There you go.
Yeah. Do you have an iPod?
No, man.
How do you listen to records?
Do you have a
On my
Walkman?
record player?
Right. Do you have like do you have a CD player, a cassette deck? What do you got?
I got an 8-track player.
Right on, man. Hey, Dancing Panda. All right.
Hey, real
to get out,
quick.
you're
So,
watching me navigate my house.
Hey, Frank's back. I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier, man. You're back though. Kind of looks a little bit like Avi Penhollow too. Right now.
Dancing Panda went away. I don't know where he went.
Yeah.
so, Frank, are you there, man? Can you hear us?
Is that Frank from Going Places?
It looks frozen actually, so I don't know what to say about that.
Let it go, let it go.
Frank, if you're speaking, no one can hear you.
The
Just
cold never bothered me anyway.
Yo, Brian Hardy, what's up, man? Happy birthday.
Hey, I saw you. Oh yeah. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. How does it feel to be 25?
You guys hear
I
me?
feel like I'm 85, man.
Man, that's 20 years ago for me.
That's pretty crazy.
I know. Like, right now was a year before we made Sweet 16 for you.
You guys hear me?
That's right.
Is that true? I guess you're
Yes.
right. I'm trying.
I was 26
Trying to-
when we made Sweet 16.
Reagan was president.
Actually, Clinton was president, but hey, not too far off. I actually remember when Reagan was president, like physically remember when he was the president and I was watching debates and my mom and me were rooting for him to win and all that stuff. Yes, sir. I was born in 1969, dude. That's right.
I see you, Mike. I see you, Mike.
Hey, Mike, were your parents ever suspicious when you were like, oh, I'm playing in a band with like a 35-year-old guy? Were they ever like, hold on, we need to meet this guy before
Who said
you guys
that?
Who, Mike Holt?
go on
Oh,
tour?
man.
Brian?
When me and Mike Holt, I was early 20s.
Who said that, Chris?
Yeah.
And they knew me from church. They were a guy that I was a guy that his parents already knew from church and everything. I've been around for very many years.
I don't know if that's such a great defense these days, though. I mean, just
No, Cliff
Not the Catholic Church.
Cliff would come and stay at my house, and he'd
see,
be there
that's
for a while.
creepy. That's borderline creepy.
So at some point during the time Cliff was there, they'd say, "When's this guy gonna leave? He's been here for like a week and a half."
Is he homeless? Does
We're
he
almost
work?
done. We're almost done recording the demos, Ma.
Come on, man, this is gonna
Where's
go.
the meatloaf, Ma?
Oh, man.
I noticed Brian Hardy's got the white V-neck rocking.
Yes.
He's very anti.
Yeah,
And
well,
that wasn't even on purpose either, man. That was me in my pajamas. So
see.
Oh,
And
you're in your
Andy's
pajamas?
rocking up the '80s look with the stripes here going on here. He's full
And
on-
with the styled hair.
Yeah.
Andy's looking fabulous tonight.
I had a quick, funny Huntington's somewhat story tonight for you guys, which I haven't talked to my mom in about 7 years, and randomly out of nowhere she text messaged me yesterday and told me happy birthday. And one of the first things she brought to my attention was that she saw a flyer sitting in a liquor store for a show where Brian Hardy is opening for the Huntingtons. And she thought it was the coolest thing in the world because she remembers driving me to Record and Tape Traders to buy Songs in the Key of You and a couple other records.
Nice. Brian,
back when they still made CDs.
That's right.
isn't it disappointing to meet your heroes, man? That's what sucks about the 2015, man.
Look, man,
Yeah.
one of them's smoking down there.
All the dreams are dead, man. All the dreams are dead.
Mystique about now it's like you can be.
Hey, I still haven't met Paul Stanley, so that's all I'm saying.
You could probably talk to him on Facebook, though. You could probably get a,
Well, he is on my friends list.
I will say that the Huntingtons were better to talk to than any professional wrestling person that I ever looked up to.
It's because we're regular guys, dude. I'm sitting
That's
here
awesome.
picking my toenails right now. My wife Christy got on me about that before the show. She was like, last week you were just picking your nails, your toenails the whole time. I saw you.
There's a fair amount of people that have claimed that back in the day we were huge dicks to them, though. Like, still to this day, like there's some bitterness to like.
It was just me.
When those guys came through. They were huge dicks to me. It was like,
Yeah, you
One of
guys
the
were
guys was the
buttholes.
singer of my old
Well,
band.
it was that, and that we had like people would claim that we like hooked up with all these girls and stuff, and I'm always like, what are you talking about? I never even kissed a girl on tour. That was Josh Blackway.
Josh, he's gay.
Yeah.
No, you know what? I remember the first time I met Josh. Josh was the first one I met. And, Josh is kind of quiet and shy. He's got, like, a quiet demeanor. So if you don't know him personally, you're kind of like, man, what's up with this guy? And I remember the first time I met him, I'm like, kind of, like, totally turned off by him. I'm like, that guy is, like, real
Were you
short
looking
with
to be
him.
turned on by him?
Well, I was kind of turned on by him before I met him, and then I met him, and I'm like, this guy sucks. And it's kind of funny. He's like, one of my good friends now, so go figure.
I was always nice to people, man. I was always nice to people.
No, Andy was always a smartass to everyone.
What?
I remember going up and talking to you and Rick in the back of the van, and you guys were playing baseball on the PlayStation or whatever. And you're like, hey man, is it cool if you give us like 20 minutes, bro? Like, we'll come out and talk a little later on, but can you leave us alone right now?
No way.
Yeah.
That's like an 80s rock reunion, hard rock reunion tour vibe going on there, man.
TJ,
I was totally
tell him
prickish.
about when I let you play my guitar, man. Tell him. CJ, come in, man.
He's
Come
not
on.
listening to you.
No, I heard him. I heard him. It was in Council Bluffs.
Come to my defense here. That was nice, wasn't it? That was nice.
Yes, it was. It was.
I let you play my guitar for well, what song was it?
It was no pool party tonight.
Yeah.
Yo,
Fun, right?
you played it during the show?
Yeah.
At the end of the show, it was like one of the last songs they did, and he didn't even tell me he was going to do it. He just handed me his guitar and said, "Here, would you like to play?"
Good thing you knew the chords, right? A, E.
I just had to pee really badly. Like I really had to go to the bathroom. No.
No, you had the game paused. You had the video. You had the baseball game paused, and you had.
Yeah, me and Rick.
That reminds me. That
Jen
reminds
was
me, Zimmer.
cheating, and I had to get back there. And...
I think this happened when Zimmer was on tour with us. Do you remember playing in Fort Wayne? And and it was when Eddie Migraine was there, and like afterwards we wanted to do an encore. The guys, everybody wanted us to do an encore, but I was like had to take a crap, and I had all the kind of stomach pains, and I couldn't get out of the bathroom, and so Eddie Migraine played guitar, and you guys played. The only thing he knew was like the Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop or something. So you guys played that. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that. No.
That guy was intense, man.
Yeah.
Eddie Migraine.
Yeah.
He's the guy that used to be in Faith No More. That no one believes me, but
Never in Faith No More.
he was in it for like a week or something.
Never in Faith No More. No, they would have never had him in the band.
Go, man, and we'll ask him.
He used to breathe fire on stage, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I heard for a while, JR told me that for a while they tried to do the Squad 5 thing where they wore shiny pants. I can't imagine that really worked out. Really went over that well.
For a large man like Eddie?
Yeah.
They're all pretty large. You know?
Shiny. They wore shiny pleather pants. And I'm like, when JR was telling me that, I was like, really? And he was like, and I never would, so they got mad at me, and I was like, it's good that you never wore them, man.
Was JR in your band at some point after I left?
For like, was it 4 shows? 8 shows?
He went down to Florida on a short tour.
Yeah, we could never play any of the fast beat songs because we could never hear his kick drum and we could never lock in, so we had to only play mid-tempo songs.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember that, Mike? Every time we would play like a fast beat song, we could never like lock in with it right, and we would all feel like it was just too loose.
Yeah, I don't really remember that. I remember him playing some shows with him. That goofy seal thing we made with all the people's names in it, was his name in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We included him in that. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Was he JRE or was he just JR?
It's just, he got to be JR because it was like CJ.
JRE.
So we are going with Christy, right? Or Chrissy?
Christy Huntington, yeah.
I don't know. That's Cliff's.
CHRISSY. That's right.
He got the official anointment.
That's right. He got anointment.
Anointment. Anointment when my Facebook Messenger is blowing up 45,000 times a day.
I think it could be Crispy Huntington. CRISPY.
Just don't wear any khaki shorts.
I guess I'm cool.
You're out.
I'm cool.
But you can wear whatever you want. You can be Chris Huntington. I don't give a crap. You can be whatever your real last name is. You can be that.
I want to get like, official, I want to be given a name. You know what I mean? Like
we're in our 40s now, man. I don't think you get to get that.
It doesn't matter. I'm in my late 20s.
Wait. Mike, are you 40? You're not 40.
No. Cliff is in his 40s.
Are you 39 now?
Not for another 3 weeks.
All right, so he's going to be 39. So next year you will be 40.
That's correct.
And then we won't play any more Huntington shows.
Wait. Andy, are you still coming on the 30th, or are you just coming on the September now?
I'm gonna try to make it. Yeah, no, I think.
If you come through the 30th, I'll let you play a song.
No, I'm coming. I'm pretty sure I'm coming the 30th for sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were canceling that since you'll be here in September.
No. That is if Brian Hardy hooks me up with a VIP lanyard for that show.
Yeah, are we getting lanyards
Huntingtons
for that show?
require any kind of backstage pass to do anything band related or go anywhere where the band can be. I don't think we've ever done that. Have we ever done that?
Yeah, for like Christian church shows. Remember the show that we played with? I don't know, some.
Here's the thing: any show that you played, I wasn't there.
Okay, but like, yeah, true. Mike and Josh, do you guys remember that like huge, like some crazy church? Like we were in the back. It was like the like the band area, and they had like tons and tons of catered food and like.
I think we
crazy-
played that show with you guys. That was in Maryland.
Was it?
Yeah. And there
I
was
don't
like
know.
the show was packed, and there was the moon bounce.
The church shows were the
No, do you
ones
remember
that-
Was
Josh?
everybody jumping in the moon bounce while you
No,
were
Josh
playing?
was. Josh was.
There's no
Do you
pool
remember
party
that?
tonight. Oh, I can't play the chord right. My guitar's too low. Oh no.
Josh, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember the moon bounce. Yeah, for sure.
And it was like in a huge. It was like one of those super churches. There's like mega churches,
I don't
and they
know.
had like a venue.
Is that,
And I
is that the
remember-
one that had like? Is that the one that had?
Wait.
like, a cafe
Robbie
and a
Rockville,
rock
Mr. Anarchy played a concert in a church?
Oh, we played tons of church shows back in the day.
He's a hypocrite.
Yeah, man. We did I don't want to say mostly. We played a lot of bars, but we definitely played a lot of church youth group type things. And that's when we just be like, let's just go out and play like 20 Huntington songs and call it a night, whatever.
They were always packed though.
Yeah, we drew really really well in like church.
Did
shows.
the youth leaders like lead you in prayer before the show?
No.
No, because Chris was the guy out in the parking lot with all the beers and pissing on people's hubcaps.
That was not. That's a lie.
Yes, he was.
That's a lie.
Chris,
That
man,
is a lie.
you came down to the boardwalk one time, and it was like after I had already moved down here, and I remember walking around the boardwalk with you and Robbie and Kelly and some other people, and you went up to some dudes who were playing guitar, like the boardwalk musician guys.
Uh-huh.
You're like, play some
Those
honey.
guys aren't those guys super sad? Like,
Well, these kids were
super
like
sad.
younger, but do you remember that you were like, play some Huntingtons, and they started playing Pool Party? And I was like,
No.
this is
No, you're making it up.
You know what?
Josh
I don't
was
remember that
Josh
at
was
all.
like, "This is
You know
the
what's like
greatest
10
moment of
times
my
more
life."
sad than the
Josh
guys?
has probably had that dream like 2 or 3 times in his life. He's like, remember that happened? Like, no, it never happened.
Dude, what's like 10 times more sad?
I thought you were there, but I guess not.
10 times
somebody
more
else.
sad than the guys playing acoustic guitar on Ocean City on the boardwalk are guys doing it on South Street. Have you ever been on South Street, Josh? I'm sure you've been
In Philly? In Philly?
Yeah, dude, the guys down there, they're just playing. It's just like everybody walked on the other side of the street and stuff, you know. And it's
I
just
don't know, man. In Ocean City, Josh, I might be wrong, but you have to get a permit to perform on the boardwalk, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I think
And it's
people
like,
just do it anyway.
I mean, yeah, but they make tons of money. I mean, you walk by like a guitar case of somebody that's playing on the boardwalk, and it's full of cash. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made out there. if
Not
you're
when
good.
we were there last summer. That wasn't happening. It was guys there, and it was pitiful.
Look, if you're like a college frat boy that goes to Salisbury, and you want to make a quick like $200 or $300, you go out and play Sublime songs on your acoustic guitar on the boardwalk. I mean, you're going to be walking away with $200 or $300 in an afternoon. I've
Sublime.
seen it. I'm saying like Sublime or Bob Marley song, you know, like your college frat boy songs.
Yep, and put on the tie-dye T-shirt.
So,
I don't understand, Mike. Make me understand.
Sublime is a band from like the late '90s, Cliff. They were kind of like reggae, punk ska kind of thing.
You should Google them. I think you would like them a lot.
very popular in college fraternities.
I know who Sublime is. I know.
I'm just saying that's what you. If you want to make a lot of money, you learn their songs on an acoustic guitar, and you get another hippie.
I don't want
to.
I don't want to make a lot of money.
I'm letting the millions of viewers know if they want to make a quick few $100, get your hippie friends, learn how to play your stupid songs on the bongos and your stupid acoustic guitar, and go out and play What I Got 20 times in a row, and you're going to make hundreds of dollars. So,
With your tie-dye Ocean City T-shirt on.
no shirt.
No shirt.
No shirt, khaki shorts, and maybe flip-flops. Flip-flops optional.
So Zimmer, what's the scene in Erie?
What's the scene in Erie? Erie is still like the hardcore capital of the world.
Really? It's all
Yeah,
hardcore bands and kids
it's
like that?
it's lots of chugga and mosh pitting and stuff.
Isn't Snapcase from there?
No shirt, khaki
No,
shorts,
no.
I think we're picking up. I think we're picking up like.
Hey guys, I'm trying to get
extraterrestrial.
anyone. Can you hear me?
Is this Frank?
You sound like an alien.
Is that Frank talking?
It was, but then you said, "Is this Frank?" And then there was
He
silence.
throws up.
I'm so curious now about Frank.
He's a very mysterious man. He's very mysterious.
I know. It's Cliffy Huntington started talking to him, and he got all.
Hey, Mike, will you text me the link to join real quick so I can send it to someone?
No.
It's in your email, man.
No. Oh, yeah, it is, huh? All right.
Is that good enough? Can you go to the email, or do you want me to text it?
No, I can do it to the email. That's fine.
So, Josh Zimmer, do you actually go to shows?
Pretty rarely, honestly.
Yeah.
If I'm not playing, I usually don't go.
That's because you're 34, man. That's when it happens.
Yeah.
We've kind of had
no longer care about. He no longer cares about modern music.
Much of anything, really. Yeah.
Are you so okay? Yeah, because this is a conversation we have often. Like, so you don't care about new bands. Is it a thing where you've sort of locked into what you like, and every once in a while maybe you come up with something cool, but you just got what you like.
Pretty much. I mean, we more than anything, if we're just at home listening to whatever, we're listening to like the Who or the Pogues or the Replacements. And as far as, it's not even new, but newer stuff, like the only new thing we've gotten into is Frank Turner.
Who's that?
Dude from England that kind of plays, it's kind of like half singer-songwriter stuff, half like kind of cool punk stuff.
What, like, was he in another band? How did you hear of him?
A long time ago, he was in a pretty crappy hardcore band. But other than that, I don't know if he's been in anything else.
I think I saw him on Conan, and I was like, yeah, this guy's like, I could tell he had some kind of punk background or something.
It's pretty fun stuff, yeah.
From an acoustic level or whatever.
But yeah, definitely reached the point where it's like, can't fit any more music in.
All right.
Right.
I muted Chris.
Thank you.
So Matt Kirkley's texting me.
What?
Yeah, he's like, oh, I remember when Cliff had to run to the bathroom or whatever and all the stuff. And, so I'm like, dude, get on the show. And he's like, no. So that's who I sent the link to. I doubt he'll join, but that'd be cool if he does.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Wow. See what you bring out, Josh?
The dregs.
The dregs of society.
Hey, I'll be back. I just heard a giant crash in my house, and I'm the only one here, so.
That's me. If you can't tell, I'm walking in your door right now.
Hey. So, Josh Zimmer, do you own a home? What do you got there?
Yes. Yeah, we have a little house.
Right on. On the prairie?
It's near a prairie.
All right.
Prairie adjacent.
If you have a daughter, you could name her Laura Ingalls.
We could. Yeah, no, we just have a little house pretty much in what's called Midtown. It's just pretty much in the center of the city.
Oh, okay. And so you just have the one son, right?
Yep, one little boy.
Right. You guys gonna go for making a number 2?
I think we are, yeah.
I'm sorry to put it that way.
He has pretty good taste so far, actually. His favorite band is La Tigra, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
And he looks like a little Hessian hippie. He's got long hair, like the boy from Psycho.
Oh, wow.
Cliff loves La Tigra, by the way.
Yeah, he
does.
He loves La Tigra.
I just went blank over that, but yeah, it's okay.
The Yeahs and La Tigra, oh man, he loves it.
What would happen if somebody was like kicking in Josh's door right now as we speak, and we see some dudes like run up with hoods on and guns?
Yeah, his camera's on, so that's possible. We can see some.
Man, it is Ocean City, and he lives, or Ocean Pines, and he lives right off the main strip. So
what happened is like Chris was talking all that trash about those guys that like play bongos and
all the
they were watching the show, or they got wind of the show, and they're like, I know where that dude lives.
What happened? Guys, what happened? I missed it. I went and refreshed my beverage. What happened?
Josh said he's the only one home, and he heard a loud crash, and now he's been gone for several minutes, and we don't know what's happening. It's a good thing he closed the door behind him. So,
Hey, look, if anything happened, you can play 2 shows.
It goes to show our level of concern for Josh's well-being. If anything happens, end your own 2 shows.
Wait a minute, but he's got to play all those acoustic leads on my album. Oh, no.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
Are you guys
Actually,
like robbing me?
Do what?
I was just doing an impression of Josh. Are you guys like robbing me?
That would be how, yes.
Do you guys want to like tie me up?
Can you wait until I'm done with this internet thing I'm doing, and then I'll come out and you can tie me up? Yeah, that's probably what's happening right now. That's
Yeah, probably. Brian, you have such a nice wrestling voice.
I do?
If I may say so. I don't know. I mean, is
Yeah,
that
how are
fair?
you a wrestler, though, when you're not all, you know... But you're not.
It's all, I know. Well, it's better when I spray tan and actually get in character, bro, and I'm going to mess you up tonight, man. You know, and
That's good stuff, man. You have a great wrestling voice. Mike
Dude,
has
you
a
should,
great
like,
wrestling voice.
do one of your songs you should sing, like, with that voice.
I was just thinking how awesome it would be because I was in Record and Tape the other day and I saw this terrible band. I don't even know what they were called. They were that terrible. But their cover of their album was like Mexican wrestling. I don't know. It was like
with the mask?
Yes. Yes.
Low straight jackets?
Like the Marauders or something?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up and send the album cover to you guys, what I'm talking about. But either way, they had all these awesome song names about like old wrestling matches, and I was like, this is going to be great. And then I listened to it on Spotify, and it was terrible. That's what I'm talking about. All these awesome
Frank's trying to communicate with us beyond the grave, I think.
Frank!
Space. We're from space, because someone said he was an alien. Who said he was an alien?
Wait, I'll make him freeze again. Frank!
Frank's like, help me. I'm like making fun of him.
He's like when Captain Kirk, you know, that episode where he gets frozen and they can't get him. And...
Now wait a second. Wouldn't it be weird if in a second here we see Josh in Frank's little pain and Frank's the one that went to Josh's house and stole him? Frozen Frank and frozen Josh like in the same pain. Oh my gosh. That would be insane.
Cliff would be like, I call dibs on his guitars.
No, I don't like his guitars.
I just want the Marshall fridge.
I don't like the wine red for my own personal. You know, it's great on him though.
He's seriously going to watch this episode and be like, you guys have already killed me off and distributed my stuff between you guys.
Yes, we have made a living will for him. Okay, so we've got a couple of things to settle here. Josh Zimmer, it's been a couple weeks now we've had an ongoing debate. Could you please give us your thoughts on the movie Back to the Future Part 2?
See? Exactly!
Weird. As far as like better or worse than the first one,
but how does it rank in comparison to the original, very first, excellent, much better Back to the Future one?
And he's not leading you there at all. He's not leading the witness at all.
There's no lead. It's
well,
just,
I mean, we still have until November for that world to come true, right? Like, wasn't it 2015?
Yeah. But that aside, just movie-wise, which is better, number 1 or number 2?
Which is better, number 1 or number 2? I mean, number 2 is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, two is better. I'd have to say 2 is better as well.
Well, how is Andy even involved in this?
Andy, you're not playing in the band anymore.
One is a sweet story, like very, very like it's very sweet, very nice, like
very well put together, very awesome and fun to watch.
Pulls on the heartstrings, but the second one is just a better movie.
All right, Andy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Andy, you're out of the band.
At least no one's saying the third, man. You know.
Yeah, I just remind everyone that Andy lives in Canada, and his
there you go. The third one is better than the second one.
Oh,
What?
Come on.
The 1800s, man.
Dude.
Yes, that's better than. Dude,
1800. That's your.
even
that's your
the effects
Hey.
and everything in the second one were horrible.
Can I jump in here real
Yes.
quick? Are you guys
Oh,
concerned?
you didn't get robbed. You didn't get
He's
robbed.
back. He's back.
Do you care that, like, I had to disappear for a long time?
We were
No.
distributing your equipment while you were gone.
All right. Well, anyway, everything's cool, but I noticed that Matt Kirkley's on here. I think, right?
Any luck this time? Can you guys hear me?
I hear
Maybe?
you, Frank. Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Those
Frank.
getting out of
Is that
control.
Matt Kirkley right here? Oh, dude, Matt.
Kirkley, you there or what?
Yeah.
There or what? Frank, that's Frank. What's up, man?
Yeah, I can hear you. You
What's
guys
up,
hear
man?
me?
Yeah, we hear you. Hold on, hang on, Chris.
All right, cool.
hold on,
Yeah.
hang on. Chris,
What is this? A Telus commercial? Like,
what's going on here?
Who's on first? Who's on first?
All right.
Don't worry, we lost Matt.
just plug in your Nokia. Plug in your Nokia.
Okay, Frank, you will have to put in headphones because you are echoing a lot.
Mike, you're echoing too.
Mike,
All
you're
right,
echoing.
let me grab a pair.
Everyone is echoing through Frank.
Echo. Echo.
Yeah.
Echo.
And Chris, you got to.
All right, is that better?
Echo.
I can't unmute you. I had
I
to
got
mute you.
headphones in. Is this better?
Oh, am I on?
Yeah.
There you go.
We're better now?
No.
What's up, Frank? What do you want to know?
What do you want to know?
He wants to know how Josh is doing. He wants to know if there were actual robbers coming to take the thing.
Who do you?
They're coming to take me away. Ho ho ha ha.
Yeah, Josh, what happened?
So the other day I made a cake and I put it in a cake container thing, and then my cat decided that it wanted to eat some of the cake, so it knocked the entire thing off on the floor, and it's all spread out, and that's what I was doing, cleaning it up.
We were going through a whole bunch of hilarious scenarios about you
that's
getting
the most
robbed
wuss
at gunpoint.
thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Cake.
I
Would
would
have
have
been way
definitely.
better if I was robbed at gunpoint, but
Yeah, I would have definitely went with that.
unfortunately, the cake.
I made a cake, and my cat
Yeah, look,
tipped over my cake.
What was the occasion?
there was no occasion. I bought this
Oh
cake,
my god.
and I was
It's
like,
even worse.
I was trying to be,
Who
awesome.
are you, Josh? We don't even know
buy,
who you are
buy a
anymore, man.
dessert for after dinner, but apparently nobody likes angel food cake except for me.
That's terrible.
And he made an angel food cake.
Yeah. I don't even like cake. I never eat cake. I never eat birthday cake or nothing. Like, I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat anything sweet or anything.
Did it have pudding inside?
I don't care about sweets or whatever. I don't care about cake. But I was like, I'm gonna buy this angel food cake because
Josh's most embarrassing moment.
if anything, that's some good cake, But
So I can't. Josh, tell us another story about like stubborn grass stains or something like that you were trying to work.
about what?
Nothing. Nah, I don't know.
No, Josh, in our story, Frank came and kidnapped you, and you were going to end up being tied up behind Frank. That's
Yeah, you were gonna go out of your picture and into his,
And I'm getting your Marshall fridge.
and be in the back with his big. Is that a bookcase behind him, or is that a big rack of CDs?
That's a huge rack of CDs with like Ramones albums and stuff framed.
Oh, dude, is old school, man. All right.
I was so close to playing the punk rock revival, Josh.
No, because
Yeah. If you would have, that's true.
we already had Josh's replacement. Andy was going to play both shows. And
Yeah,
we
you have
already
to
had
learn all the different parts.
Yeah, we had everything all set.
Yeah.
We
We sent him the set list for the 30th and everything.
Yeah. We were ready to go.
But Who would have known? You were just checking on your cake.
No, I was cleaning up. I was cleaning up the cake. I had no problem dumping the cake in the trash. Like nobody likes it, so who cares?
Oh, Josh.
Hey, is that a Huntington song?
I would have liked your cake, man.
Nobody likes it. Nobody likes my cake.
Nobody likes it. Nobody likes my cake.
All right.
Hello.
So hold on a second. So Frank
I have a question for Zimmer, real quick.
Okay,
Zimmer,
yeah.
would you like to be our new drummer starting August 30th?
No.
He said no.
You're in
Where's
luck.
that coming from? What's up with that?
Just a random thought.
He doesn't even own a drum set anymore.
Hey,
No, I don't even own a drum
TJ,
set.
do you want to play guitar for the Huntingtons on October 30th?
He's muted. We didn't hear him.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. Yes, I
But the
would.
only thing is, you have to drive all the way from Omaha.
No, I'm going to fly him out.
Yeah. If I can play guitar, I'll do that.
I'll go ahead and put...
That's a lot of songs you got to learn, man.
I already know them all.
Two conditions. He'd have to come out, and he'd have to retract that whole Back to the Future 2 nonsense.
Right. And he'd have to fill out
that.
a 20 point questionnaire online and send it to our AOL account. He'd have to do that. And
Are you guys trying to say that like there's a huge gap between Back to the Future 1 and Back to the Future 2? As
Yes,
far as like quality of a movie?
I'm trying to say. And we're not even trying to say it, we are just asserting it like it's the absolute truth.
That's
right,
insane.
it's the absolute awesome
That's
truth.
insane.
So, Andy, what's worse? Thinking that Back to the Future 2 is better than the first one, or never seeing any of them at all?
Never seeing any of them.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
I wouldn't say it's worse. I would say it's definitely more gay.
Well, the only thing you really have, the only really truly required one is the first.
2015, Josh.
This is 2015,
Oh, shoot. I can't use gay as an insult anymore.
Come on, bro.
All right, pause your bigotry for a second.
Jeez.
And let's see if we can get Matt Kirkley in the call.
Kirkley, there, man.
See him in there somewhere.
Hey, Josh, before we go on, is there any other, huge group of people that you want to insult real quick? Just get it out.
No, let's get Matt Kirkley.
Get it out of the way.
Hey, it's not a huge group of people. It's not a huge group of people.
We covered Canadians.
It's a pretty good group. It's a pretty big group of people.
It's not a pretty group. It's not a pretty big group of people. It's less than 2% of the United States population.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you in a weird way defending him?
What?
What?
It sounds like you're in a weird way defending it.
I am defending Josh Blackway's right to use gay as a cut down to a straight person. Yes.
We're about to get to a very weird situation.
There's been statistics that have been reported on this that more people have not seen Back to the Future than straight people have. So that's all.
Oh my God!
It's the
Digging your hole even deeper.
So it's got to be true. Can we?
Hey, Josh.
I think that probably
it's correct.
99.9% of the population of America who is over 20 years old has seen these movies.
Right. So yeah, but if you take the number of people that have seen it and
that are gay,
they are straight, there's going to be more people that are straight than gay.
Josh, Cliff.
I cannot defend that. I cannot defend that comment. I do not agree.
Cliff gave you an exit, man, and you just walked right back.
I'm just talking about
that exit. He took that exit and he wound it into a noose and he just like hung himself with it.
Whoa, easy, Mike.
Kirkley.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I have no idea if you can hear me or not.
We
Can
can.
anybody hear
Oh,
me?
that's fantastic. I've come a long way in my technology, I guess.
Dude, you sound like freaking Bill from. Was that guy Bill that did the high?
Bill, yeah.
No, Bill from it's like the guy with the mask and he's in a
I don't know.
Silence of the Lambs. You sound like Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Yep. Well, that sucks.
It puts the lotion in the bath.
Yeah, that's what he. That's like what's with the. What are you talking on?
Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, that's what he sounds like.
Bill. Okay.
It's something with your microphone set up there or something. What's going on
Yeah,
there?
you sound nothing like that guy. What's up, dude?
I have no idea how to use like any of this. I don't know. Josh sent me a link to like the whatever we're doing right now. I have no idea how to get like a picture on there.
Just listen. Restart your Commodore 64.
You already lost me.
And you'll be okay.
He said you already lost me.
Is this Matt, the singer, old Matt?
Yes. This is Marty Huntington.
Matt, Marty, what's up, man? What was your and Mike's band name? I forget.
What was my what?
You and Mike had a band, right?
We did, yeah. That was,
what was that?
Radio
Years.
Radio something.
Radio
Years. Yeah.
Josh Zimmer was also in that band.
Yes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Because I remember we hung out with Marty. I actually hung out with you. I don't remember where it was, but I actually have video of us in a van.
Weird.
Driving around. Was it for Cornerstone? Did you go to Cornerstone or something?
I went, I think, a couple of years we did, yeah.
But I don't remember why we met up with.
I know, dude, because you basically, like, he went and did the Radio Years show at Cornerstone, and he rode with us.
I think it was in Chicago.
Wait. Radio Years played?
Chicago?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it was Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember?
It was like the hottest freaking time I could ever remember in that freaking city, where it was like the middle of the summer and the air conditioning broke down in the van, and it was like the most like humid, freaking hot, horrible place to be. But that's when I think we met. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun day, man. That was a good day.
Dude, how do we get your face on here so we can see you?
All right, so here's the thing. So my phone died because I don't know how to do this stuff. Josh kind of sent me like the link or whatever. So my phone died, and I don't know how to like charge it without having it face kind of a different way. So you're kind of hosed right now.
Man,
protection program.
I haven't seen you in 15 years, dude. This is Cliff.
Yeah, I know. I can see your face.
Let your imagination run wild.
You can see my face. Well, as you can see, me and Mike look exactly the same.
You actually look exactly the same. Mike looks like a whole lot better.
People tell me that all the time. They're like, dude, you look so much better than Cliff. That's what you meant, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, have you seen? Well, yeah, you've been watching, right? So you've seen Zimmer and myself. Do we still look exactly the same as each other?
You have a lot less hair.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. No, it was cool, man. I was watching like the last probably 20 minutes or whatever, and this is kind of rad hearing these old stories.
Right on, man.
I totally do remember, Cliff, you having to take a dump and right in the middle of like encore blue.
Right.
And you going, nope, I gotta go.
I'm like, I know. It was like I had the big bad like IBS stomach pains. Bam! And I was just I think I was on that toilet for like 45 minutes, and y'all like, we can't wait anymore. Eddie Migraine, come on up.
Yeah.
We did.
And then you had Chubby Huntington up there.
We did actually wait like for a good amount of time before like the other dude had to come out and.
But then like what was funny is by the time you played the song, like 3/4 of the audience left. So you only played for like 15 people or something.
Well, why couldn't you do it as a 3-piece?
They could. I don't know why.
Absolutely could have, yeah.
There you go, problem solved.
But that didn't solve the problem. They felt the need to get Eddie Migraine up there on the guitar.
Chubby Huntington.
I did hear something though earlier that like, Cliff was saying, I can't believe we have the rap of like not making out with chicks and stuff. That is such bullshit, dude. Because you were like a total chick hound.
Me? No.
Yeah.
Not
you
what?
Totally were. I remember you didn't pick me up from the airport when I was flying back to, I don't know, Baltimore, wherever the hell we were flying, wherever I was flying from.
Okay.
Because you went to Utah.
That's right.
Yeah, so don't give me that like, we didn't hook. I can't believe we have this rap of like not hooking.
I didn't even kiss that girl. I never did nothing.
Yeah, you only like flew across the country.
I did, and it was the worst weekend of my life.
Dude, Kirk,
it was just a terrible.
Just FYI,
that girl is.
The viewer count is actually increasing right now, so this is good conversation.
No.
The people
No, I never hooked up with girls on tour, man.
Sessions. They do. They want to hear about it.
I never hooked up on tour with any girls on tour except for Kate, a girl that became my girlfriend. But other than that, like I never ever even so much as kissed a girl on tour. Ever once. Not once.
That is such crap.
It's not crap, dude. The size of my head was too big to attract girls. So I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe, man.
When
Josh,
there was
Josh for sure. Like,
well, yeah.
Now Josh, Josh was, yeah.
I mean, obviously, but like.
He was
No, when we did the tour of the Deadline, somehow early on, it was established that we were going to have a contest, and I'm sorry to all the chicks out there who are watching who were part of the contest.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's a lot. Yeah.
But it was we just we'll do a contest, and every time all you had to do was kiss a girl, like make out with a chick or whatever, and that counted as 1 point. And it was basically every man for himself, and
Yeah, and it was like you and like one other guy from the Deadlines.
yeah, well, it was basically me and Carlos were like the only ones who had any competition towards the end of the tour. So yeah.
And then we found out afterwards that Carlos.
So you're a bigot and a chauvinist, nice.
Then we found out later that Carlos had a little adventure with what's her name on the top bunk. What was her name again? That little girl that was in that band from Texas. And her brother was a guitar player.
Yes, I know who you mean.
Of course you do, yeah.
Yeah, but I hooked up with her first, so.
No.
You hooked up with her?
Yeah, yeah.
Ew.
Really?
Temper tantrums?
Kelly's at work right now, by the way, so she's not watching.
I had no idea.
Temper tantrums?
Yeah. Is that what they were called? They were terrible.
No, it wasn't. It was that.
They were horrible.
It was the girl who was in a band with her brother, and then you convinced Mook to go fly down to Texas and be their drummer.
I did not. I had nothing to do with it. No, had nothing to do with it. They contacted him somehow, and when I heard he was doing that, I was like, what? And I had nothing to do with it.
Go do that, man. They're a really good band.
I
thought that was because that band was not good at all, man.
No.
Who's got a train going through their living room right now?
That's probably me. I don't know what I'm doing over here.
It's a mainline riders. That's funny.
The 710 Split guys are back on.
I just want to say this one is for Dustin, who just sent me a message that says, I don't know why, but you eating a chiplet in the corner just cracked me up.
Oh. I sadly can't have ice cream anymore. It was my sustenance for so many years, and I can't have it at all anymore. I'm apparently becoming lactose intolerant, which is very weird.
Did we lose Mike?
No, he's right there.
I just now noticed all the questions on the thing over here.
Oh gosh, I haven't even looked.
I haven't either. Let me see.
Not really. More statements from Dustin, I guess. Yeah. Bring a cake to Riot Fest. I get it. Yeah. Marty bringing the real talk.
I just watched BTT F2 last night. First one is so much better, hands down. That's Back to the Future 2. See, first one is so much better. He knows, just like everybody else.
It's two totally different styles of movies.
Yes, one's great and one sucks.
Wait a second. It's not totally different stuff. All right, Andy.
Yeah, it is. No, the first one is a feel-good, sweet. You're supposed to,
You said that already. Who pushed their wine in here?
And the second one is just a awesome, futuristic, good time, man.
No, we don't know. We don't know.
Whatever.
Matt Kirkley, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Back to the Future 1 or 2, which is the better movie?
One has a better story because you actually get to finish it, but 2 was more entertaining to watch.
Exactly.
So 1's the better movie, right?
I'm gonna go one. One is the better movie because you get like start finish. Two is more entertaining to watch though.
So you'd say two would appeal more to people who are just strictly looking for cheap entertainment, and one's just like a better movie.
This is like
absolutely.
Like,
no, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied.
The dialogue in 2 is terrible. The dialogue in the first one is fantastic. There's no weak spots. Every character is perfect. Everything that everybody says in the first one is perfect. In the second one, there's nothing. You just watch it just because you want to say you have.
You're really passionate about
I think we.
Yeah, I know you're getting too excited.
Were you like one of the producers on Futurama?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, check this out. I just thought of something. This is going back to when Kirkley and Zimmer were both on tour with us. This was an actual kind of debate that we had back then because we had these VHS tapes with us. So, what's a better movie, Wayne's World 1 or 2?
1.
Wayne's World 1. I can't believe you're even asking that.
Yeah, it's not even close.
Dude, back then it was a tough question, man. It was a tough because we would watch 2 more than 1. It had so many, it had like the Aerosmith concert at the end and stuff, and I don't know. I mean, back.
I don't remember watching that at all.
Yeah, I don't really ever remember watching that either.
You guys, you all suck.
It was in your dreams again, Josh.
Yeah.
You're talking
all right,
about all your dreams.
What's better, Spinal Tap 1 or Spinal Tap Return of Spinal Tap, whatever it was called?
There was a second one?
I'm not even going to answer that question. That's a ridiculous.
I know. I'm not going to answer that question either. But.
Right, the first one is just all-American classic, forever, eternal, incredible movie.
You do remember watching like Spinal Tap every?
Yes, I do. I do. I remember watching that a lot.
All right, I'm glad
Spinal
that wasn't
Tap
the theme that Josh had.
Cannibal the musical.
Cannibal, yeah, that was. Oh,
I don't remember that.
That was
because we're in the front
that was a
geeking
South
out on
Park
chicks.
thing.
Dude, I just noticed that
I was in the front geeking out on chicks. No, dude, I never hooked up. Never. There was the one girl at Cornerstone, but that's not tour. And then there was the Utah girl that was no hookup. She was just beautiful. And then it was the worst weekend of my life.
She was the girl that you didn't go pick me up at the airport for.
That's right.
That's cold, man. That is so cold.
Right, but I didn't even kiss her, and it was the worst weekend of my life. I'm telling you, terrible,
well,
awful.
I'm glad.
Wait, so you were like stranded at the airport, and he was supposed to pick you up?
Cliff was my ride at the airport, and he did not pick me up. And so I don't know who I called, like probably Josh or something. And he went and picked me up.
Wow.
I don't remember.
But he didn't tell me until I got to the airport.
That's weird.
That's awesome.
Hey, maybe all that hostility you guys had for me was warranted back then.
I still feel it's warranted. It's not like an unreasonable thing.
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry. Matt, will you forgive me? Will you forgive me?
Where were you flying into?
It was the worst weekend of my life.
I was flying from
into Philly,
like probably
California, into Philly to go on tour.
To Philly.
Yeah, he stayed with Josh Blackway a couple days, and then we went on tour.
So you flew literally across the country,
right?
Yes.
To a place you've never been before. You knew no one else, basically.
Yep.
And Cliff told you he was going to pick you up.
Yep.
And he just didn't.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. That is exactly how it went.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
Dude, yeah. Cliff, I'd like to point out, I remember that whole situation pretty well, and I'm pretty sure you were in Oregon for like a week, man.
Oregon, that's correct. Oregon. That's Oregon. That's Kate.
Not Oregon. Utah.
No, I want to say you were. Yeah,
no,
it was
I was
Utah,
in Utah. I was in Utah for a weekend, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. It was literally the worst weekend of my life. It was like every minute lasted an hour.
What happened? Like what?
No, we have video. Keith Huntington.
Some do have video.
Wait, I know. Sometimes you have things built up in your mind to be a certain something, and then it goes out, and then you go out there, and it's not at all. And it's not at all what you had it built up in your mind, or what was even told you it was going to be. You get there.
We're driving around Utah. We got lost. We pull over. Some chick comes up. She's like, "Where are you guys trying to go?" And Cliff's in the van talking to her, and we have footage of all this. And
we do.
Yes,
we
I
do.
met her, and she picked me up, or she was flirting with me in the post office. And we went in the post office to mail letters somewhere, and she was like,
weird place.
"Oh, it was Utah, man. They're all Mormons.
Kind
What
of a
do you expect?
routine
I never
thing for
saw
him.
anybody with like nail polish on before or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like whatever." And she was just like, "Oh," and then she like, "Yeah, I know." Anyway, so I was like, "Oh, she's beautiful." And then I got out there.
Yeah,
and
I can't wait to
of my
ditch my
life.
friend and not pick him up.
That's right.
You know what'd be awesome? You know what'd be
Josh,
awesome?
Mike, this is all new story for you to hear, isn't it?
I feel like I remember this a little bit, but yeah, I'm kind of glad that I just sat at home and booked tours at this point. Like,
Yeah.
that
It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome if he like flew in to hang out with you again now, and then you like did it again.
I would love to do that to him right now. No, I would love the opposite. Yeah, he's gonna fly in here.
Hey, Matt and Josh Zimmer, guess what? Josh and I admitted to Mike Holt and Jen last week, 2 weeks ago. We admitted to them that instead of me taking a pay cut, we made it so all three of you guys got to have the same amount that I made, and you still kept grumbling.
Big
Remember
bucks. Huge bucks.
Huge bucks, $200 a week. But hey, that would have been a 50% pay cut for me.
That was an extra cheeseburger at Hardee's.
Dude, that was Rick would have still been all out of that. He would have still needed money at the end of the day. So,
Rick ran out of his per diem like it was crazy.
Right, whereas Josh and I would we would spend like $1 or $2 a day. Anytime anybody gave us free food, we took it because we saved up all the per diem money for extra money to use to buy albums or whatever it is we wanted to buy.
Remember when I was on that
plane fare to Utah?
I'd buy like cases and cases of Slim Fast and just drink those on the road.
I remember that. Yes. Yes, it was like, if I make you Slim Fast, I can drink this in the morning and be totally good all the way through dinner.
Were you trying to lose weight or something?
No, I was just trying to I pocket the money I just drink Slim Fast all day and just pocket that $10.
Well, do you remember, guys? I had gotten so skinny, and I wanted. Then I was worried I was too skinny. It looked like I had AIDS or something, and so then I started buying Ensure, that old people chocolate milk, and I would just drink Ensures all the time, and then every time we would go to Taco Bell, I would have beans all the time because that was supposed to be lots of protein and stuff, and it helped me gain some weight back. You guys remember that?
Yeah, we'd still be stuffing our faces, and you'd be in the parking lot doing sit-ups.
Push-ups. Yeah, that's right.
No doubt.
Push-ups. I don't really remember
we did that every single time we went somewhere.
I'm glad we offended the AIDS population as well. So that's
because they're all watching. Hey, they got medicine now. They're all right.
I think they all turned it off after you called me gay. So don't worry about it.
Oh boy! Stop right there.
Hey,
well, we lost the alien Frank guy again. I don't think he's coming back.
I think this is a guy that just took that picture off Google or something.
He's like, hey, who's this picture of Sal from 101? I'll say the Element 101. I'll say it's me. Is that the bass player's name? Sal.
Yeah, that guy was nice, man.
Yeah, I know, but that's who that guy looked like. Yeah, he was a nice guy.
No, he really didn't look like him at all.
No?
No.
All right.
Not that I really remember, but...
Is Josh Zimmer still on here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here,
man. He is still on here. Was it... In Chicago, was it Element 101 that we, pissed on their door handles? In Chicago, it was, super cold. We pissed on somebody's door handles.
Squad 5-0.
Squad 5-0!
It might have been. I don't remember who it was, but I definitely remember doing it.
Yeah. Was that the same time that we also put the duct tape on their windshield, so that when they peeled it all off, they would have all the on there?
Yeah, so we started
That's just cruel.
Band Wars. The Band Wars were with Darlington, and that's when I was kind of just roadieing or whatever.
That was
And
the gay
then-
porn. Sorry, don't mean to defend the gay porn industry, but that was when we started porn all over the net.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was all of us went into like the store to buy the gay porn magazines. I was insulted because it wasn't gay porn. It was Playgirl. We couldn't bring ourselves to buy gay porn, so we had to buy Playgirl instead because we thought somehow that would go over better.
Yeah, I don't know why I remember this.
That would make us
I remember
less
this
embarrassed.
totally differently.
How do you remember
I
it?
remember this being like Josh Zimmer and Mike and I like going in and buying like the Playgirl and the Vaseline. I don't remember either of you two like going in with us.
I remember it that way as well.
Yeah,
that
Cliff,
might be the case.
Cliff, I think you avoided that because it was it was really, really late. It was in the Midwest. It was at this crappy little store in the middle
I
of
was 45 and needed to go to sleep.
You were 45 and needed to go rest your head on a pillow that undoubtedly someone had rubbed a nutsack on earlier in the night.
Yeah.
And we went in. And
I had to lay out my blanket just so.
You did. You had to make sure it was just so. And so we went in, and I don't think we intentionally bought Playgirl because of any sort of like reservation of not wanting to go full on porn. I just think it's all they had. So we bought.
No, you're right.
We bought the Playgirl. We bought chocolate syrup.
Yep.
And we bought duct tape, and it was
Vaseline.
3 dudes.
Vaseline.
Yes.
Just stick the pages on. Yeah.
3 dudes at like 3 in the morning in the Midwest buying Playgirl, duct tape, chocolate syrup, and Vaseline.
Were you guys wearing your jackets?
idea.
Were you guys wearing the leather?
Probably. Yeah,
Probably. Yeah.
I
remember.
The clerk at that store has probably been scarred for life.
Now, did you guys act nervous when you were buying this stuff? And were you sweating? Or
No,
were you just
we were holding hands and arms around each other.
I think Josh Blackway may have even taken his pants off at that point.
I don't think it would have made that experience any more weird. If Blackway didn't have pants on.
The next day,
is
Brian
Playgirl
Midway
like?
went to go take his van to like go wash off like the Vaseline and all the terrible shit, and he like hit his van like in the car wash, hit it into like a pole, and he like jacked up the side of his door, just trying to back out of the car wash, trying to get the Vaseline off. So he was very upset.
This is Darlington you did this to?
Yeah. This was Darlington, yeah.
We got to mess with them on the 30th then.
But
we got to call
It'll be none of the same guys. It'll be the singer and a bunch of guys no one's ever seen.
Yeah, I just want to mess with Chris.
I just played with Darlington not too long ago, like probably like a month ago. I played with Darlington, and it was just Christy. It wasn't anybody else that anyone would know. And it was right after like he got like in trouble for I don't know I don't know if I can say it on this whatever you're on, but he got in trouble.
He got busted again, right?
I don't know. Somebody called him a rapist like while they were playing. It was terrible.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Wait, he was playing. Was it just him and his guitar, or was it him and a whole band?
No, it was him and like a different band. Like it was like him and like a drummer and a bass player, and they were still doing kind of the 3-piece thing. But the only reason I was excited to play was I was thinking I was gonna see like Steve Distress and somebody that I knew, but it was just him.
Where do you go from there if you're like up there by yourself and like you stop playing a song and someone's like, "You're a rapist"? Like,
No, but yeah, no. I agree. I have no idea.
Where
So
do you
what he
go
did
from
was,
there
like, he,
at
like,
the show?
turned around,
No, I'm not.
he turned around and like tuned his guitar, and then he was really reluctant to like any kind of like applause or anybody saying anything to him. And so
How
he
many
just,
people
like,
were
started
there?
the
Did
next
he
song.
draw?
What's
Wow.
that?
How many people were there?
Oh, like 1,000. No, there's like fucking nobody there because nobody gives a shit.
So it wasn't just some guy in a big crowd yelled at. It was like the guy.
Not at all.
It was
No. There was like
one out of
literally
like 6
probably
people. So
20 people.
Oh,
20 people
that
max.
makes it so much
that's
worse.
the worst.
That's
Yeah.
so much worse.
Thank God that's never happened to me.
So, Kirkley.
It's weird, man. He looks kind of like the Penguin now, like Danny DeVito with long hair.
Oh my!
He looks exactly like the Penguin.
He was what was he? He was guest number 2, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. He's probably watching this right now.
Yeah, he's probably definitely watching right now.
I'm sure he is. I remember Cliffy crying when Darlington broke up. I remember that. We were on tour somewhere, and Darlington, I don't know, probably Chris made the call, and he was like, "Hey, we broke up, man." And Cliff crying. What? You were so bummed out that they broke up. Darlington.
He cried.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking about any of this.
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know, probably like 10 years. But you seriously cried.
This is the best show. This is the best one.
Okay. I'll accept it, but I don't. I literally have no memories of it at all.
I know. We played some church or something. I don't know. Freaking.
Wait. Did he Was he like a single tear, or was he weeping?
Yeah, I would love to say that it was like a nice like Indian cry, like someone didn't pick up the trash, but it wasn't like that at all. It was like he got a phone call and he was just depressed. Like shit sucked. Just devastated.
So Matt, you said you played with Darlington. Like, are you in a band at the present?
Yeah, I played with like a few people down in San Diego. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you playing? Are you playing like that same sort of popish kind of music, or what's going on with that?
So I started playing second guitar with a band called Tilt Will that's been around for probably like 20 years. Like when I was in high school, I listened to that band, so I'm kind of stoked on doing that. So that was the show.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know he actually had extra people playing with him on that little recent tour he did. I thought it was just him.
Wait, was this recent or was this a few years ago?
No. It was probably literally a couple months ago.
Yeah, but we just saw something a couple months ago that was just him playing by himself with electric guitar. It was all weird.
Yeah, I looked him up after I found out we were going to be playing. I looked him up and I'm like, oh cool, am I going to see other people that I like in that band? And it was just him on the website. So when we showed up to the show, it was him and the drummer.
What the?
Whoa.
All right,
everybody okay?
We're gonna
Josh,
it was him and a bass player.
Josh, your lemon meringue pie must have fallen.
It was him, a drummer, and a bass player.
Yeah, just two other random dudes that I've never met or anything.
Well, I still really love that Girl Traversy record, but and I've got all of his stuff, but.
You gonna cry right now?
No. I mean, he's genuinely my friend, but I have no memory of that whatsoever at all.
Wow, no. No, it was actually kind of cool. The songs that I remembered, it was cool to hear them again, But it was kind of weird, just being adults and seeing a dude that was accused of some horrible stuff, and people yelling terrible stuff at him.
Matt, I was really, really close to flying out to California and doing that show and some other ones.
I'm so glad you didn't.
Yeah, and now you.
I would love to see you, but I would hate to see you.
Not with Darlington, but I was going to play with Nate's band, the Carmines, and because they were going to try and some stuff going up the coast, and so we talked about that, but I was like, I don't think it's worth it, man, for 3 shows, and it was if we got on the Bottle Rocket shows, it was going to be worth it, but we ended up not doing that. And, all right, yeah, forget it. So, yeah, now you really made me feel much better for not flying out there for that. But it would have been really cool and random to run into you there.
I'm so glad that you had me join in this thing. I can't even get my face on the picture, but I'm glad that I got to bum you out.
I know. I want to see. I want to see what you look like now. My goodness.
I'm 400 pounds right now. I look like Jabba the Hutt.
You need to make him the featured guest next week because he's awesome.
Yeah,
The whole show.
I've texted Matt about this like way back when we first were starting it, and he was like, "Nah, man, that requires technology. I don't do that." You know, and but
I still want to hear about this
face in front of
crying.
the camera. That would work for putting.
I have such no memory of it that it's hard for me to even believe it's
Cliff,
true. But
why were you like so emotionally attached to like the music, or like what was it? Like
what was it?
I can't remember me. I mean, I didn't cry when Stryper broke up. Why would I? Why would I care? It just seems so weird. It doesn't make any sense.
So
he was your buddy, and like maybe it was that kind of thing. I don't know. Oh man.
I don't know.
You spray painted your guitar with like glitter and stuff because Christy did it. So I kind of get it, man. That was like a dude that you kind of really liked. So it's a bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what happened, man.
Cool.
Well, I have to say right now that I
don't know if
feel
it's cool.
completely honored because the last time I talked to Cliff and sent him an MP3 of one of my songs, he's like, "You sound just like Darlington, dude." And I'm like, "Well, I hope that's a good thing." And he's like, "I love Darlington. That's great." So
yeah, their Girl Traversy album is one of my top 50 albums of all time. So
top 50 album.
Hey,
number 50 of my top.
No. Think about, I'm 45 years old. I have got
I've only heard 51.
I've got like 10,000 albums, man.
I mean, the Huntingtons released 49 records, so
right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it was just like if I was on a deserted island and had a tape deck, a cassette deck, and had only 50 tapes I got to bring with me, that would be one of them.
So you're saying it's between 40 and 50.
I have no idea what because it gets to a point where you can't. It gets to a point where you just you like so many different things and you like them so much and you feel like and it's all different things are in different genres and how can you actually put one album ahead of the other? It's like that. That gets like that. I have so much music that it gets that way to me where Sanctuary Refuge Denied, metal album. One of my top albums of all time, favorite albums of all time, but I can't begin to tell you where in the top 50 that would be. Same thing with a Ramones album.
Who are the top 20 artists or bands that you've cried about when they broke up?
None. I know of. Apparently just one. So I guess they're my number one. They're my number one.
Hey, Dustin just joined us. Dustin, I got your message that said you're crying as much as Cliff is on this episode, so I'm glad.
Yeah, it's been a good one. I've been enjoying it thoroughly, and cheers, Andy.
Hey, Dustin wrote me. He's like, "Are you okay? You're like wheezing a lot."
I just want to make sure everybody's all right.
Man, Marty makes me laugh. Or sorry, Matt.
Hey, either one. Okay.
I remember what we got.
He's a hilarious guy when he
We got along really well in Chicago. I have some video of us. I think Wesley was with us too, Mike. Was that possible? Josh, was Wesley with us? Was Wes with us?
I'll build you a cornerstone.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, in Chicago, I doubt it. Yeah.
Because I think we played because we played what's that bowling alley? That punk rock.
It was
the bowling alley. What is it called? It was like a
Fireside Bowl.
Fireside Bowl.
Yeah, we played there.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore.
I'm pretty sure Wes was there.
Yeah, he was there.
And Matt was there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mike, you look like you're like I'm totally off on this, but I'm pretty sure Wes was there.
I'll trust your memory over mine.
Wes was definitely there. I remember that. I mean,
Mike, do you remember? Mike, do you remember my 21st birthday?
No.
I was out there, and like my 21st birthday, we went. You got tattooed by like your buddy that did like I don't know if it was like Jason or if it was Mike Myers or something. And then afterwards, we went to like some like weird rainforest kind of cafe thing.
Okay, yeah.
And we had blue crab at that guy's house. It was the first time I'd ever freaking like had like a like Maryland freaking crab shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this stuff on your Christian
Say whatever
radio.
you can say whatever you want. Yeah. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, but I totally remember. I was talking to somebody the other day, like at work, about this. They were talking about like their 21st birthday, and my 21st birthday was like going to like an Applebee's and like a freaking rainforest cafe and getting like a Foster's beer or something stupid. And they're like, "Oh yeah, I was out getting wasted, having fun." I was like, "Oh, I was in freaking Baltimore getting like a Foster's."
Foster, we used to love Foster's. Mike,
Man.
remember, we used to love
Yeah.
Foster's.
See, all right, good. That kind of legitimizes my story.
Yeah. But if you had blue crab on that day, I
was
guarantee. Yeah, I was gonna say I would guarantee a lot of the guys that were like getting wasted on there did not get blue crab.
Probably not.
Guarantee that. Yeah. So.
Unless it was like a yeah.
It'd be crabs.
Crabs are kind of a big deal around here.
Matt,
No, crabs are
Josh.
serious, man. You gotta get to the hot. Oh.
Kirkley and Zimmer, are either one of you guys believers today?
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Right on.
Yep. Does that mean I can't say fuck or shit or dick or cock or I don't buy into that anymore.
What was the one before cock?
Yeah, dick.
No, I haven't talked to you guys in 15 years, so I just wanted to know where you were. That's all.
No. I'm sorry. People out there still love the Lord. Just believe that I can say shit, fuck, dick, ass, and it doesn't freaking matter.
Is this the first episode to get like a harsh explicit tag?
I don't think YouTube cares about that so much. You know, the combination.
Yeah,
of
that's true. This isn't a podcast. It's
I remember Cliff like being really upset that I smoked. Like when he found out that I smoked, he was like, "Oh shit, dude, you can't freaking like."
Yeah, man, we talked about that earlier. But
when I was
this episode has had more smoking on it than any other episode. I saw Rockwell smoking. I saw Zimmer smoking.
When I was,
you guys are gonna lose like fans.
When I was 15 or 14 or 15, and I went to a Starflyer 59 show, and I saw Jason smoking outside, it devastated me for a month.
Yeah.
As like a little kid, you know.
Yep, that's why you don't do that, because you have an impact on people.
Well,
and people
I
look
mean,
up to you.
you know, but yeah, but
You know, I never wanted to be somebody who, I never wanted anybody in the band to be somebody that some little kid would look at who thinks that we're cool, if anybody would have thought that, but, and then saw us doing something and then want to do that and then be tied to that for their whole life. Sure, if it wasn't because of us, it might have been somebody else, but it might have been because they saw and somebody else was cool. Anybody that would do that because they think someone's cool is whatever, they got stuff to work out. But still, I just never wanted to be that in someone's life, and that's why that meant something to me, and that's why that's it. So.
Yeah, I almost stopped listening to the band after Blackway almost got me kicked out of a Denny's for throwing ketchup. So.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I was gonna say Cliff's my favorite guitar player of all time besides Johnny Ramone. So now that I know that he doesn't pick people up from airports, I'm gonna like totally not pick somebody up from the airport next time.
Wait, I thought you said Blackway was your favorite guitar player.
Yeah, I thought you did say that.
Listen, he used to be. Listen, he used to be.
Geez.
But there's two little beef scenarios with Josh on that end.
One is I always like bust your balls and like pick on you and bully you and crap or whatever, right? That's all a joke.
That's because I secretly know deep down somewhere. Stay up out of my view, young man.
Then shut the fuck up.
You don't have to.
Sorry, my old lady is totally putting me in my place right now.
She's not.
She's getting me old one more time.
Stop.
All right. Anyway, but the thing was right on I don't remember.
What's going on right now?
Well, I got three little ones around me. I got three little ones around me. One is slurping on a Slurpee.
That's
Something
why
looks like go to bed.
Yeah.
Now.
She's like, go to bed now. So, but
Blackway's
anyway,
gonna have an aneurysm on cam.
I know. Anyway,
Oh my
God.
We're all taking turns getting our balls chopped off, man. When's it Mike's turn?
Yeah, really.
So the first thing was, right, Josh killed me when I was like 13 because I was like, hey, man, do you mind signing this CD? And he turned around, he looks at me, he's like, yeah, man, whatever, and totally superstarred me and did the whole sign the CD thing and like kind of like threw it at me. He didn't even hand it back to me nicely. He just threw it at me.
Really?
And that was, yeah.
Did he? See, Josh was a jerk, man.
And that was super bummer too, because like I said, I was legitimately, before I started having this like receding hairline thing going on, which I guess I've inherited too in a way from Josh. But
wow.
Josh has plenty of hair. He's in his 30s. He doesn't even have a weak spot in the back. He's doing fine.
But I used to rock the bandana, and I used to rock the red, white, and blue wrist cuffs every show because I wanted to be Johnny Huntington.
Man, I'm sorry I let you down, man.
See, Brian, I would have been like, what's your name, kid? And then you would have said Brian, and then I would have said, Brian hates the Ramones. And then I would have signed my name and given it back to you. I would have put you in one of our song titles.
Somehow we got branded with this, like, we were dicks sometimes, and I don't know why. Like,
I never had a problem with you.
And I always said, like, it's super hard to go on tour and to always be nice to everyone. Even if you're, like, a super cool, like, laid-back guy, sometimes you just have those days where you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I was
always nice and cool to everyone.
Well, that was the first story. So then the second story was we went to that Elkton show, right? And the entire time that Josh was on stage, he was totally macking on my baby mama. And
weird.
Back at that time, which is fine. It's cool. It's whatever. But she was like, you know that guy with the bandana, the guitar player, stage right, was totally like just looking at me the entire time, and I was like. Yeah, she did say that. Yes, she did say that. She said
holy shit, she's right there.
Anyway, she totally said that. Listen, and I'm like, did he really? And then I go back and watch the DVD, and like the whole time he's like doing like this stuff, like staring at her and like pointing, like I don't want to.
Dude, Brian, were you standing next to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking at you, dude.
Yeah.
Brian did Cliff play that show, or did I play that show?
Mike, where are you
No, in Elkton. He's talking about the show, the reunion show in 2007 in Elkton.
Okay.
It was
it
was like a week before I got my LASIK surgery, so I was wearing glasses, and I would take them off, and then it would make me mess up because I couldn't see.
What a nerd!
Yeah,
no, I wasn't 13 for that one. I was 13 for a different one. I was 17 when the Elkton show happened.
Okay.
Dude, Brian, I don't remember any of that stuff, man. To be honest, I don't remember any of that.
No, and you would have. I mean, Christy, you were with Kelly. You were bonkers over Kelly at that point. You wouldn't have been doing that.
Brian,
right,
Josh.
No, but we still pointed in their shows, you know.
Right, we point at everybody. That's just part of our show.
It's all good, man. It's what
Mike, remember the crotch thrusts I used to do?
Oh my gosh! At some point,
bigger balls.
Awesome.
Someone's going to join. Someone's going to join and say, I was at a Huntington show and had Andy thrust his crotch in my face.
Dude, I did some serious crotch thrusting.
You did some
serious
crotch.
That was my move.
Yeah.
You took that show up north.
Hey, Andy, what guitar are you going to play in Baltimore?
Tom G is going to let me play his standard.
You don't have a guitar?
I do, but it's kind of tricky when you want to bring stuff over the border with musical equipment. So
just thrust your crotch at customs.
Tom G is going to let me use it. Tom G is going to let me use his stack and his guitar.
Does he have strap locks? What are you going to do?
It's strap locks?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what a weird question.
This is scintillating conversation.
I know, if you don't have strap locks, the guitar's going to fall off you.
Oh, I'm sure Tom G has strap locks.
All right. Well, you'll be all right.
It's Tom G. I'm sure he is.
Hey Cliff, you know Andy asked us if he should practice downstrokes for this show.
Yes.
What kind of stupid question is that?
I know. Josh will be going like this. He'll be like, look, all downstroke.
These cheaters.
No, it'll be downstroke. It'll just be every other beat he'll be hitting.
Yeah.
So. Now we'll all be doing. I mean, I've got to take the next several weeks when my guitar is about to get repaired, and then when I get it back, I just got to start playing every day to get because I don't have my downstroke that fast anymore.
No, I got to say something. Josh is still on, right?
Yeah, which one?
Josh Zimmer.
Yeah.
Still on.
There he is.
Josh was the first Huntingtons drummer. Like Mike Pierce was great, but Josh Zimmer was the first one where I was like, I don't know if I can play this fast. Like,
look at you.
No, I mean your speed on the ride and the high. It was just like, I don't know if I can do this. But Pierce was so solid in the studio, and you played on Rock and Roll Habits, right? Yeah. But Josh played drums on Rock and Roll Habits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That album was like, I remember listening to it for the first time, and I was like, oh, I can play everything on Get Lost and Plastic Surgery and High School Rock and everything. And then the speed on Rock and Roll Habits was just like, I don't know if I could do it. Like,
how about the live album?
On the live album I could play.
Really?
No
That's 10 times faster.
No, but I'm saying it was just how hard the drums were, like how hard he hit, and how, I don't know, maybe it was just how loud the drums were,
That's
when it was mixed.
Zimmer to play drums for us, not Rockville.
Yeah. I mean, Pennsylvania's right up the street,
Somebody's got to teach me
What
how
I
to play
remember
again.
from Zimmer's time when you guys crashed at my house after Cornerstone was this.
Yep.
All week long.
Yep.
In the Marky Ramone
Punching in
pictures,
the arm.
Like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that was nonstop.
Then it morphed into like these nuts with our lineup, just constant these nuts.
It's the most annoying thing in the world.
That was a Rick thing.
Remember when we used? Never mind. That's for another time.
Yeah, Josh, can you comment on these nuts? How did you capture these nuts?
So subtle, man. Sneaks it in there.
Slides it right in. Excuse the pun. Mr. Christie, if you can really quick circle back and okay, so you played with Darlington a couple months ago, and that's amazing. I mean, everyone here just thinks that's great, but what else do you do these days? What are you doing? What do you do?
All right, so I live in San Diego.
You apparently lurk in dark rooms.
I play music down here. I build ships. That's what I started doing. I started working for a defense, like you, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I build. I hire subcontractors to fix Navy ships. That's what I do.
Wow.
All right.
How'd you get into that?
Oh man, just applied. It was crazy.
My whole life, I've really been into finding Navy contractors to build ships. And finally, I found a job.
I got your in.
And I'm sure on your resume you put I toured with a punk rock band, played with I'm sure that helped
this band and the singer would always be on the computer
It's funny, Mike. I put that I was the manager of the band, and that's what got me hired.
That'll do it.
Then they're gonna see this, and it's gonna be all over.
Oh man, the Huntington's reputation is gonna be destroyed after this. People are saying fucking shit.
Now, last episode we actually admitted to some pretty crazy stuff. Actually, Cliff admitted to busting holes in walls of places we played and
when it was a sucky show,
stealing things.
When it was what? Why did you do that?
Dude, yeah, we just played. We played one time in the South, and it was just like a big rip off of a show. We felt like all like, our pride was hurt. It was all like, it just was horrible. And after it was over, they let us sleep like in the hall or something at the church or something like that. And when it was over, we went in the pastor's office and we rearranged his entire office everywhere, and we took mic stands and bust holes in the side of the wall.
That's horrible.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, dude, we were the Who.
At a church?
At a church.
Who? You're not the Who.
The Lord's house. Come on.
No, it wasn't like that kind of a place. It wasn't
was a
like
Catholic church.
It wasn't
No,
like
it was like a
sanctuary.
church, like put us
It was
up.
like a youth building. It was like a youth building. And they ripped us off. They didn't pay us what they agreed to pay, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, they didn't give them a $1,000 guarantee, so they gave us $800. So
No. It would have been like a $200 guarantee, and they gave us like nothing or something like that.
Then when they catered our meal, they didn't give us prosciutto.
It wouldn't have been anything like that.
Regular ham.
It wasn't anything like that.
Thinking about that scene in Spinal Tap when Nigel's folding the bread. He's like, these sandwiches are nonsense. What can I do with these? How can I eat these?
You gotta fold it again. No.
This is
like,
nonsense.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. I'm sorry. Is this going to affect your performance tonight? No.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna break holes in the walls.
Sorry.
Fuck this place.
Is that Spinal Tap 1 or 2?
That's 1.
I don't know. It's your favorite. Which one was it?
You keep talking about Spinal. Is that real?
I don't even know. I don't think that's a thing.
No, I think there was a thing. It was called Return of Spinal Tap or something.
Yeah, I think that was like an album that was.
No, I think it was called Break the Wind.
Run Like the Wind.
I think it was.
No.
She's Like the Wind.
No, it was Break Like the Wind. You're right.
It's another one of Josh's dreams that he thinks is reality.
like that guy that played Nouveau Party.
Right.
Yeah, remember you were on the boardwalk and you said play a Huntington song and he played one of games.
Remember when we were at the Kanye West concert and Kanye was like, I'm going to cover this song by the Huntingtons?
Do you remember that?
The only thing that was made up tonight was Hardy's stories about me.
For the record, I just Googled it. The second Spinal Tap movie is called The Return of Spinal Tap. Thank you, Josh Blackway. He's exactly right.
Never heard of it.
It was
Okay, so you're not a dork. I'm sorry.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't remember that.
I never saw it, but I knew there was something.
I kind of want to see
But I
it.
knew I liked it.
Yeah.
Do their amps still go to 11 in the second one?
Mm-hmm.
Best scene is when they go to Elvis's grave and they're like, he's like, since my baby. Since my baby left me. So good, man.
A place to dwell.
Too much fucking perspective.
Oh, you just said the F word. I'm not the only one.
No, the best scene is the herpes scene at the dinner party when they all show up and they all have massive herpes warts all over their
However, this movie, The Return of Spinal Tap, apparently 75% of it is just a full concert.
Yeah, it's probably like a live concert thing.
Yeah, and then there's just some scenes every once in a while that are kind of in the style of the original movie. So this is not a true movie like the other ones.
We've got armadillos in our trousers.
Hey, Cliff, did you know they re-released the Decline movies in a box set on DVD about a week ago?
Decline of Western Civilization?
Yeah, complete box set.
Well, the only one I care about is the second one, the Metal Years.
Well, yeah, I figured.
And I have it on DVD, but it was a digital download deal.
Yeah, I got a bootleg of the first two myself.
Yeah, it's just really from VHS. So to have it clear would be cool. It was a wonderful movie. It's just killer.
There's bonus features and stuff, though, so there's like an extra disc that comes with it.
If it's just DVD, it doesn't interest me a lot because I have really, really, really giant TVs that kind of require Blu-ray quality to even look good.
They have gold. They have gold encrusted diamonds. Gold and diamonds around.
I bought them with I bought them with all my Huntingtons, money.
That's what sucks about being so rich, man. Like, what do you do with all your money? Yeah.
I buy guitars.
You make cakes.
You buy guitars.
You buy a Marshall
I buy cheap
refrigerator.
guitars and then make them nice.
See, everybody thinks Josh's Marshall refrigerator is like this massive thing. It's like a little cooler that you put in your the corner of your room. It's super small.
I don't know that everybody thinks anything.
That big. It's there. It is next to the.
Open it up.
You know what I'm saying? It's smaller. I'm not saying it's big.
What do you
That's
see inside of there?
That's exactly what I was gonna say, man. That's what she said.
That's pretty cool, though.
We've got him admitting it on a live YouTube feed.
You gotta have some summer beers.
That's a really
Super
cool
awesome,
though.
yeah.
You gotta have some punk rock beers.
Oh yeah, they're really punk rock.
You gotta have something for the wife.
Are we doing beer show and tell? Because I could blow this way out.
This is like Frizz, man.
On that note, I'm gonna be like I always have been, and I'm gonna hit the road, guys.
You gotta have something for when Chris Rockville comes over.
It's 11:35, and I gotta wake up in the morning and go to work. So I will see y'all later. It's been a wonderful time, Matt, Josh. It has been just wonderful, absolutely fantastic seeing you guys again. Yeah, you got one for me. You got that's a Cliffy drink. That's right. Take care of yourselves. I hope I see you in this life again in person. That'd be really great. But come join us again anytime. Matt, it would be really great if you could actually be seen next time you're here. So,
I'm actually really excited about this. I want to do this next time.
All right. Well, we meet here every other Thursday, man. So
Okay.
Cool. You can be our guest next time. Just make it so we can see you, not a black screen the whole time.
Well, just let me warm up to it.
All right.
It's good talking to you, my friend.
See you guys later, man. God bless you guys.
All right. Yeah, my
All right,
phone's
now we
about
can-
to die.
Now we can
so
talk to him.
my phone's about to die. So I'm peacing out. Matt and Josh, it's nice meeting you guys.
Peace.
Hey, man.
I'll talk to you guys, the rest of you guys later on.
All right, man.
Bye, my friend.
All right, let's talk about those guys.
Right.
No, seriously, Zimmer, if you want to play drums for us, man, I would love to have you play drums instead of Chris Rockville.
Dude, his kid is a Le Tigre fan. He doesn't want to play drums for the Huntingtons. Let it go, Josh.
All right.
If you guys buy me some drums, buy me a plane ticket, and
You can just
some
use
other
this drums.
expensive things, I'd be more than happy to.
Drums, man. Don't worry about it.
Use what?
Use his drums.
I don't want his inferior drums.
I'm joking, man. Chris is
Yeah, I'd just like to reiterate the fact that just because Chris and Cliff left doesn't mean that this still isn't being streamed on YouTube. That they can watch it later and hear all the things we're saying. Yeah, just
The upper
I was
right-hand
gonna say
corner.
this is the best day of my life. I haven't talked to any of you guys in freaking forever. This is fantastic.
Dude, if this is the best day of your life, man.
Andy is sitting on a red, white, and blue chair in his garage right now. So
It's been hard.
his life.
Yeah, Andy's out in the sun because it's a different time zone. He's up in Canada.
He is. He's in Canada. What's it like? 8 in the morning there?
It's tough over here.
It's actually February.
Wow.
It's probably that time of year where it's daylight all the time for like
Yeah.
30 days of
Yeah.
day.
Let me go call my Huskies over.
Oh yeah, you've been
I can't-
trained for
I
the
can't listen.
Iditarod, haven't you?
Yeah.
All right, so Josh, I'm going to assume that you went through the entire catalog of beverages in that Marshall cooler, and there was no actual beer in there. It was like PBR and.
I got a left-hand black IPA, Alter Ego from St. Louis. I'm all about the craft beer, not the PBR.
Yeah, me too. Us too, man.
I mean, no, the
Let's talk
PBR is like if you walk into a gas station and they have a 12-pack of PBRs for $6.99, are you just gonna not buy it?
I don't know. I paid $16 for a 6-pack a week ago.
If a guy is peeing in 6 cans peeing urine into 6 cans, are you not going to take it and drink it? That's basically what you're saying, Josh.
PBR. I've had a few good PBRs during. It's like they're all at punk rock shows. That's just that's what they sell at all the festivals and crap. In Subfest and.
Yeah, we'll probably drink some at Riot Fest.
I have to say, man, Mike got me some of those Duclaw. What was it? Nut Brown.
Yeah, it was a nut brown ale. I can't remember what the name of it was, but yeah.
That was good beer, man. That was a really good, really good beer. I've been drinking a lot of Guinness lately.
I
can't drink that.
You can drink better stouts than that.
Yeah, I know. I really like stouts and really dark stuff. But like as far as like commercial beer, like what you can buy in
This is what I just drank earlier. It's a vanilla Java porter. Was very, very good. I don't drink coffee, but this was damn tasty. Atwater Brewery.
That sounds good.
It was very good.
Mike, here's the other stuff. It's quite a variety. I bought the Mexican Fiesta pack, so it came with a. This is around Cinco de Mayo, and that's why they're.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably on special for.
There's
clearance sale.
Never, it's all right. And then there's the Tecate, which is another Mexican beer, and then
every single one of them says made by Budweiser.
Right.
Made in Chicago.
No, there's this other Dos Equis, though. It's Dos Equis Azul, and it's 5.7 alcohol. So that's
oh shit! Look out! You better call your boss.
I was drinking on 11 earlier.
Oh man. Yeah, man.
I got quite the variety here.
Yeah, this is.
You're crazy.
Those are my beers.
The beers in Montreal are like anything under like 8% is like water.
I like variety.
Was that your main refrigerator? It was like all beer.
I know I don't have much food in there. It's pretty much my beer fridge.
Butter. It was like butter and beer.
Yeah, there's some salsa. Don't forget that, and barbecue sauce. Yeah, that's about it.
Yes. And Matt Kirkley, just FYI, Matt Kirkley, if you are watching pornography, we can see whatever your screen is. Just, I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying we can see it.
All right. Well, next time I'm on here, if Josh Blackway ever lets me be on here again, I'm just gonna play nothing but pornography.
What are you watching, man?
I'm trying to figure it out. They're in green suits playing drums. It looks familiar.
Yeah, ever heard of the Blue Man Group? You goddamn Canadians. Hey, Josh Blackway, give my number to all the people that I love. I really fucking miss you guys. Love you.
All right, are you leaving?
Oh, he's signing off.
Was that an exit?
Go, baby.
Matt out.
All right,
man. So weird. That was the weirdest exit ever.
That guy just made this the best absolute awesome show there has ever been.
He mentioned Blue Man Group in his farewell.
Right. And now he appears as a blue man in his icon. Part of it. Now, like for iPad people, you don't get that, but for everyone who's on a computer, like Matt is literally a blue person in his icon right now because he has turned his camera off.
Does that mean he's still on, right? He's listening. He's just.
Oh, he's still there. Yeah, I guess he can hear us.
He's just a green square for me.
It's like he just rolled over in his bed and was like, "Josh, give me a."
And if he's in San Diego, it's only like what 7 o'clock at night out there. It's not even like
8:45.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That was frightening. Maybe we should get an ambulance
Go over to his house.
I have a feeling that his cat knocked the cake off of his counter, and he's got to go clean it up. That's probably what
Dude,
happened.
that's a big problem these days. Let me tell you about it.
Those darn kitties.
Oh, he left the call. He's
gone.
He gone.
Josh, you made that thing sound like it was the biggest explosion in the world earlier, man. Like I was literally frightened for you.
Well, it was a big angel food cake, man. It was.
I mean, if an angel food cake drops, it's gonna make a big noise, man. It's kind of crazy.
Hey, Kirkley's calling me right now.
Yeah, I think he is.
Who's calling?
Yo.
What?
What's up, man? You're live. You're live. Did you need to say something, or because I'm still doing the show, you know?
No, just want to say hey.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, you're on the show then again. Because you're on
This is our second live call-in, by the way.
Second live call-in connector. Yo, I heard you though. I will definitely pass your number around to the dudes, and we'll keep in touch, and we'll get you on again in 2 weeks or whatever.
I just want to talk to people, and that's it.
Yeah, man.
All right.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
What just happened?
I don't know, but the viewer count went up just during that one little segment there.
Again?
Oh,
It
Man, you guys like a map bump every time.
It's crazy. Every time something really outlandish and just off the wall and bizarre happens, boof! People are like, "Whoa, gotta watch it, gotta see it, gotta have it."
That was absolutely awesome.
That's I'm friends
All right.
with
I gotta go.
my sister, and he yeah, what?
He's out.
And he's
I
out.
gotta go.
He's retiring the USA chair for the night.
But dude, it's only been almost 3 hours.
I know.
How many beers have you had?
Right.
Me?
Yeah, how many Molsons did you drink?
You think I would let a Molson bottle touch my lips?
I'm glad to hear you still have some standards.
Come on, man.
Yo, when you buy a case of Molson, though, they come with a beanie, a winter beanie.
A Molson or Molson, that's like 28% beer or something like.
How about
crazy.
Elsinore? You know, Great White North.
I don't drink any Canadian beer. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I drink only Belgium. Like I'll drink like for
What, like Delirium?
For like a light beer or like a night, like just a normal everyday beer is for me is like Heineken or.
Oh, okay.
But for like, I mainly like porters and dark beer and stuff like that, Belgian stuff and weird beers made by
weird
monks.
Beers
made by monks in the hills of Italy.
Yeah, the good old Trappist stuff.
Where's Tom
Alright,
Bastion
fellas.
on this one, man? Tom Bastion, he's all about. He could go on and on. It could be a 4-hour conversation about beer. If he would do.
Yeah, he may need to be a guest at some point to get him in here and talk about
I
that.
ran into him last week at a brewery. Just like randomly saw him.
I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
All right, man.
See you, Andy.
Right. Bye,
See ya.
guys.
We're dwindling down here.
And then there were 5.
And then there were 5. And on that note, I'm going to stop our live broadcast. And,
so the shit talking can begin.
Yes, so we can do that, and which is pretty standard for. Oh my gosh, like Brian was here. Brian was here last week.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Said something about it went for like an extra 3 hours after the show.
We went to 1:30 in the morning. After we kicked off air, we went to 1:30 in the morning.
I think it was me, you, and Russ.
That's insane.
Might have been the last ones, yeah. But yeah. It was pretty crazy.
Man.
In any case,
no Russ tonight, dude. Russ would have been perfect for Zimmer because he's
they're quiet.
Where is he? Wyoming.
You could have got him the show.
North Dakota. He's the North Dakota guy. If you ever need a show,
they both have that north thing happening.
Yeah, you can just go straight across.
So,
but he's not here. So.
Not here. All right. So to the remaining couple of viewers that are watching, thank you. We'll see you in 2 weeks when hopefully we bring back a lot of these people and we get crazy and stupid again.
Don't forget, Back to the Future 1 is better than number 2.
Yes. Yeah, and there's no one here that's going to defend it otherwise, so that just is the way it is. And
exactly.
Dustin, you just said that, and viewer, like, we actually gained a viewer the second. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just proclaim it.
There you go. It's truth, gospel.
Only viewers. You actually know how many viewers we have right now?
I get a count, but it's only based on Google Plus viewers, not like.
I'm still signed in, even though I'm on the call now. But.
Yeah, it's rather meaningless, but it does fluctuate the entire time that we're talking. So it shows people that are tuning in and tuning out. Oh, just went up again. But sorry, we're signing off.
We're
gonna dump the live feed. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
All right. Yeah.